Welcome back to FBW, the show where we go through the week in wrestling, sharing our highlights, lowlights, and ringside shoutouts, as well as adding our own bit of spice with some fantasy booking, and additionally, where we'll be adding to already established fantasy bookings with our ads of the week, a segment we want to do where you comment with your add-ons to fantasy booking brought up during the episode. If you disagree with a booking, feel you can make it better, then put it in the comments and it could be featured in our upcoming ad of the week.
Hi guys. So this week we had some weird and wonderful moments in the world of wrestling.
More weird.
A few weird ones, I'm not going to lie. But we'll get all into
more
it.
weird. Yeah, it was more weird.
So we'll start off the beginning of the week with Raw and our Raw highlights. So to start off, we had the Cody promo with Stephanie in the ring. What did we think of this? When her music hit, I was like, why is she coming down?
Oh yeah, you and everybody watching, I think.
Yeah.
I think everybody was like, what the fuck is happening here? I didn't really get it when she was walking down. When it all played out, still didn't really make a ton of sense.
Not overly.
But it was delivered really well. It was a good Stephanie McMahon promo, which we haven't had in a good few years.
Yeah.
And like, she does make sense on Randy's side of the story. Like, she has come across the Viper many times. That's kind of her deal, but it was random. It was just so random. Like, we're 2 months. If we were 2 months, it'd be fine. We are 2 weeks from WrestleMania.
Away from WrestleMania, which is crazy. I can't believe it's that close.
And this is one of the segments. Like, so, like, can we not build it better? And I wish it got better. However, we're going to get to SmackDown. And it doesn't get better. No, so we'll leave that for SmackDown.
We'll get to that. But yeah, I mean, she still got the slap down, though. That was a good slap. Yeah, well, that's because I feel like she just enjoys it so much. Yeah, she just like slapping the shit out of people. She perforated someone's eardrum once with that. Oh my God. I can't remember whose it was. I feel like it was Roman, but I could be wrong. Yeah, she's like that character from Friends, you know, who was played by, I can't remember her name.
Oh, Jesus.
But you remember she like is famous on the soap opera that she slaps people, and people come up and she's like, oh my God, slap me in the face, slap me right here.
Is this Susan Sarandon?
It's like Stephanie. What?
Is this the episode with Susan Sarandon?
That's it.
It is, isn't it?
But yeah, that's Stephanie. Slap me, please. She's famous for her slaps.
No.
Anyway, so I really thought it was a bit of a strange move, but we'll see. It might make sense. I'm hoping that they do make it make sense, but I'm not holding my breath anyway. Next, we had Brock and Oba promo. What did we
This was awesome. It was fantastic. They're smashing it with the Brock and Oba stuff.
So good.
Like, I think a lot of people are pushing to see it main event night 1. I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like it's probably going to open up night 2. But at this point, it could nearly main event night 2 because everybody seems to be like, this is the thing. Yeah, and I'm all on board too. Yeah. It's like, it's fucking good.
I feel like this is, when people think back to WrestleMania and like the main standout, I feel like it's going to be Brock and Oba. I feel like that's going to be what stays in people's minds.
And even more so because, flashback to episode 1 with my fantasy booking, we're going to have Oba Femi as a Paul Heyman guy.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The one behind the one who rules everyone.
Hell fucking yeah. Let's see it. I want to see it. Yeah, I only can say great things about that promo. It was so good. It was such a good back and forth. And then
see, the thing is, you say it was a good promo. It wasn't. Like, it wasn't really a promo. It was Paul Heyman talking.
Like a segment, I guess.
And then once Brock... Yeah, exactly. The segment was fantastic because once Brock took the mic, then you were like, oh, shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And then Oba comes down, lays out all the dudes.
Yeah.
Now, then we had probably the biggest issue that they've not created, but they've just done it for...
The attention seeker.
The attention seeker. Because this is really annoying. Because you have fucking Triple H come out, get in the ring and get in between the two of them. And who is he mirroring when he's doing this? He's just copying Dana fucking White. Because it's literally two dudes, big fight feel, I'm going to get in the middle and fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. And it's no surprise because they're owned by the same bloody company. But that doesn't mean you don't have, that doesn't mean you get involved. Just leave it alone. No. This is wrestling.
It's like,
let the two boys stand there.
Oh, they're not going to listen to security man, but they'll listen to Triple H. But it was just like, it kind of had like, he was trying to get that kind of across.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I really liked Brock saying, "I'm going to fucking end you."
Yeah, that was great.
I wish we had like mics closer to that because it would have been really fucking cool. But it's such a mad one because the Brock and Oba, like just their stare off is a highlight. And then in the same breath, you have Triple H interfering, and that would feel like a low light.
It's a low light just because he doesn't need to involve himself.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's like, oh my God, Triple H is there. Like, this is how big this is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, we don't need him. Like, you can achieve the same thing with Adam Pearce coming out and saying, like, we can't do this right now. This match is signed. It's signed for WrestleMania. If either of you lay a hand on each other before then, this fight is off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the same can be achieved with Adam Pearce. You don't need to involve Triple H. You don't. But
I feel like that would have worked better if they did that. They made it like a what do you call it? Not a rule. A match something.
Oh, you mean stipulation?
Stipulation.
Oh, she's showing her fresh side to the fandom.
I've been a year. We know this.
After a year, you should know stipulation.
I know,
God damn it.
But I went blank. But yeah, it should be a stipulation to the match. Like they can't lay a hand on each other because then it's like even more tense.
Oh, so you don't mean stipulation? You mean you mean like added to the contract?
Yeah.
A stipulation is like an Extreme Rules match or a ladder match, or
there could be like a stipulation if they break it, like.
Yeah.
They did lay a hand on each other, what would happen?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't know.
Beforehand, yeah.
Yeah, so next on the card we had Penta's promo. So that was for us as a highlight. This is after his match with Kofi. The match itself was okay.
The match was really good.
Yeah,
I think I told you
there were some good moments.
I think I told you after the fact that Penta kicking out of the Trouble in Paradise. That was like he's only a handful now of people who've actually kicked out of that move.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's
a relatively protected move.
That is cool.
It is cool. It's cool for Penta.
Every time someone chops Kofi, though, I grimace so badly because I'm like, oh god,
it's already caved in. Can't go in any further.
Oh god, I can't look when that happens to him.
It's coming out his back.
But then obviously we have Penta win in the match, and then he leads into his promo. And it is so good.
That was a fantastic promo.
Absolutely fantastic.
He had that one line in it. Can you remember what it was?
Oh, God, I'm running a blank now. What was it?
Oh,
I can't remember. But,
I can't remember what it
was
either.
A really cool line anyway. And, yeah, Penta, I just want to see more and more of him. And I want them to put a rocket on him because he's one of my favourites.
I'm hoping they do that after WrestleMania, but I have no faith in them right now.
Not really.
Like
no.
the pops he's getting and the crowd reactions he's getting, he should be in the title
like
scene.
all the kids as well, dressing like little mini Pentas. It's so cute. So we had as well the whole Paul Heyman throughout the night. Anyway, as well, that was a highlight. Just kind of everything with Paul Heyman in this episode of Raw, I feel like is a highlight because I thought that man is just amazing. He's so good at what he does. But yeah, there was backstage parts where him and I always mix them up. So this is Adam Pearce, no?
Yes,
that's the other guy.
Yes, it's Adam Pearce.
It's Adam Pearce. Thank fuck.
If he's bald, he's Pearce.
It's bald as Pearce. Hair is Nick. Okay.
English Adam Pearce has hair.
What?
Continue.
Okay. So Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce, they're backstage, and Adam Pearce is like, did you check your email? He's like, I'm too important for emails, get away from me.
It was really frustrating.
Yeah, it was.
And I know that's what he was going for.
Check your fucking email. Clearly this was important.
But what's he like? Emails aren't important, man. It's like, no, I know what he's doing. He's like, I'm too big to answer emails. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, that's probably how all of your fucking interactions go down is through email.
You know? Like everything is through email.
It's like, what, you don't order things? How do you track your goddamn shit? It's through email, Paul. Everything's email, man. You're a psychopath.
Just hates email. Yeah, so, but it was also, Adam Pearce was annoying me as well because, like, clearly you know what this is, so why don't you just tell him what it is if he doesn't want to look at his email, just like, right, this is what was in the email, but obviously
It's what he wanted.
The show.
Yeah, exactly. It's just...
it's like, why are they pretending? Wrestling.
But that's the thing. See, this is a learning moment as a new fan for a year. That's the shit that you find yourself doing, is when you get really dragged in and you forget that, yes, it is staged.
Yeah.
And then you think to yourself, why are they acting like this isn't, like, you know, something that we already know?
Yeah.
It's like, because it's part of the show.
Yeah, it's like you have to remember to drop your disbelief, because your logic brain comes in sometimes.
Yes.
And then you have to, like, reject it.
I've been a fan for 27 years.
Yeah.
I still do that.
Yeah.
And it's even more frustrating now. When I do it now, I'm like, oh God, no, it's still happening.
No.
Why is it still happening? But they're the best moments, though. They're fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. So then Paul Heyman's in the ring talking to the crowd, talking about he's a New Yorker.
New York.
They can walk in here.
Because they're in Madison Square Garden.
And then Adam Pearce comes out.
You weren't confident on that? Yes, it's Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce. So he comes out and he basically says that Seth is medically cleared. And then
Burn it down!
Then Seth appears behind him without, playing Waldo, missing, like, where's Waldo this time? So, like, you can actually see him. He doesn't have his little minions to go on. Where am I?
Oh, I didn't know what you were on about there for a second. Yeah, Seth with all the lunatics. Do you know what it was? And they actually did it well, because you saying that when he came into the ring, they were lunatics, though. Yeah. They were crazy. It was ridiculous. It's like they're doing a little dance off for no reason.
Makes no sense.
But but that's funny that you bring that up, because I actually had forgotten about them.
Yeah.
Because when Seth came in the ring, in fairness, he looked cool as shit.
Yeah.
Like with that trench coat.
He did look
and then you have the hair. Like, I think he had all of the blonde out of his hair. I think he was all black. So, like, he looked cool as shit. And then he laid that chair shot into the back. Like,
yeah.
It's Paul Heyman. He knows how to take a chair shot, but still.
I know, I'm just like,
he's 60-something years old.
Yeah, but then this is another one where it's a highlight, and then in the next breath, it's a low light. For me, now you may disagree, but for me, it's a bit of a low light, because then Gunter comes in and attacks Seth and basically gets him in a rear naked choke, which I also tried to not laugh in the moment, because he's like choking him out and he goes, shh, go to sleep. Shh. It's just like, But so like, I don't understand the Gunter Seth thing. I feel like they're just throwing it together last minute because they need to have Seth in WrestleMania. It probably was originally meant to be Braun Breaker. It was... What? Braun Breaker, basically that should have been the matchup, Seth and Braun. But
apparently he got cleared.
They just threw Gunter in because they're like, yeah, let's have Gunter Seth for like no apparent reason whatsoever.
Apparently Braun got cleared.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently they're keeping it on hold for after WrestleMania.
Ah, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. That could have been such a good match.
It's not even
more infuriating.
It could have been a good match, and Gunter and Seth will be a fantastic match as well.
No, but there's no story.
But they could have ended the storyline. Like, they're trying to drag the storyline on more with Seth and Braun.
I think it needs to end at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sense.
So I don't know what they're doing there. They feel like they can just keep that and just hold it, and I disagree.
Because they probably had way more like really cool segments planned. But unfortunately, because of the injuries, they didn't get to use any of it.
Yeah.
So they probably have this shit that they still want to use in the lead up, and that's probably what they're doing.
Yeah, probably.
But it's like sometimes you just have to scrap that shit and just like it still will be amazing. Do you know what I mean? But
now, I know that you don't like this because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
However, I have a small fantasy book that's a little rough still because because I just thought of it recently. But because it's Gunter, you're not a fan of it being Gunter because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So here's how I'd have it make a little bit of sense. So obviously you set it up with the email thing. you look back at last week and you look at the fact that Adam Pearce has gone to Paul Heyman what seems like 47 times and been like, check your email, Paul. Have you checked your email? And he hasn't checked the fucking email. Mm-hmm. So we go back to the start of the night in Madison Square Garden. We see Paul Heyman. This is in Monday's episode of Raw now. Or the one before WrestleMania, either one. This week's one makes more sense. But you see Paul Heyman in the same suit and he's scrolling on his phone. And you notice that he's like, you know, whatever. You can see, I don't know if you see over his shoulder how you do it, or you can have the vision coming up. That's what you do, yeah. You have the vision come up to Paul and be like, yo, what's up, Paul? What are you doing? And he's just like, I just got an interesting email. I'll talk to you boys later. So then he just goes off, you know? So then we've clearly established, oh, hang on a minute. Paul has checked his email. Paul went to that ring fully knowing that Seth is probably going to come out and probably kill him. So you have Paul in the ring. Well, you don't actually. You have a shot on the screen. I think it's probably better off showing it again. It's another shot to last week. So you have Paul backstage, and he's just talking, and I'm not sure how. You'd probably pan to him, and it's just him. You don't see who he's talking to.
Yeah.
And it's just Paul talking, and he's like, "Look, I know we've had our disagreements in the past. I respect you. Feel like you respect me." Flashes the ring because he's Paul Heyman and he's a fucking Hall of Famer. You have a problem right now. I have a problem right now. My problem is I have a lunatic architect who is trying to kill me. Your problem is you're one of the best wrestlers on the planet and you somehow don't have a match at WrestleMania. I feel like we can be friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then it pans out and you see Gunther standing there. The clothes he was wearing last week. Nodding his head, being like, okay, I'm listening. And you have Paul then explain to him, I need your help. I'm going to the ring. I know he's coming for me. So then you have Gunther say to him, I don't need a match at WrestleMania. And Paul be like, look, Paul can panic then a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously Gunther wants a match, but he's not going to do it. Like, it's like, what are you doing for me?
Exactly.
So Paul then, you can have Gunther say that to him as well, actually. You could probably have him be like, well, what's in it for me? I know I get a match at WrestleMania, but I don't need a match at WrestleMania, especially to help you. And then you could just have Paul be like, look, I know you don't need to do this. I need you for this. I'm a man who's known to fulfill their favors. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then you just have Gunther just nod and be like, I can deal with that. Shakes his hand, and then all of Monday plays out. You can keep this on the back burner for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously until after WrestleMania, what the favour was. But eventually you build it to that favour being Gunther demands that his favour with Paul Heyman is a match versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Ooh.
With Brock's career on the line.
The career killer.
Exactly. And then we can have this WrestleMania make sense. You know?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
That does make sense. And if they do that, then I will stop complaining about the Gunther thing.
Yeah.
Because that's really good. I like that.
There's a bit of a cleaner way to get there.
Yeah. At that point, where does Gunther go? Like, you know what I mean? If he has done that, if he has finished that many legendary careers, I don't even know what you do with Gunther then. It's like,
do you mean if he beats Brock and finishes him?
Put him too high of a pedestal to the point where there's nowhere left to go?
Are you saying that that's what could happen if he beats Brock?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think it's still more interesting to see what happens if you do that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only so many times in wrestling where you're going to get this opportunity to make somebody in this way. Like, people like this don't retire every year. Do you know what I mean?
We haven't had an influx of it, to be fair.
Like, we're having a flood of them right now because these guys were all the same age coming up, and they all are now getting out around the same time. Like, they're late 40s and that. Like, now is the time where these big retirements are happening. But they are going to slow down too. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get a chance to retire a John Cena again, an AJ Styles again, a Brock Lesnar again, Chris Jericho, which doesn't seem like it will be happening in WWE, but we'll get to that.
We will.
But like Edge said his career is going to be finished, I think this year. I think he's finishing in October this year. That's his career over. So like these massive stars, you're only going to get this once. Like the next big people to retire are going to be the likes of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, all of those guys, like John Moxley. But those guys probably have another 7 or 8 years in them, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas right now you have somebody like Gunther, who, he might be 36, 37, but his work is his work.
Yeah.
If you make him now, then you have another massive star. You have the guy who put all of these people in their grave, like their ended their careers.
And then in the future, you could then have another wrestler retire Gunther and be the man who retired the career killer.
But that's it. You could eventually build to somebody. You could build to somebody retiring other wrestlers and building it up to somebody like Gunther again, and then them trying to. Now you can only do that maybe that one more time, because if then that wrestler gets to like this big point and then somebody comes for him, then it's
you can't keep recycling that.
You can
thing over and over.
Can if you do things differently.
Yeah,
like wrestling is all about recycling, but it's all about recycling at the right time. You know, like
timing is everything.
Exactly. Like if you do like something this week on Raw, and then you repeat it the next 7 weeks, you know, that in week 7 it's not going to be fun anymore. Yeah. But if you do it, you leave it alone for a while, then you come back to it, and then you add a little extra or a little, like, you know, some differences. That's, you know, that can work. And it's also nice to see other people's takes on things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. That's just a really good point. We'll see what they do with it anyway, but hopefully it doesn't flop, and we'll see what happens.
We will put 1 on a tangent counter for that one.
What?
I said we will put 1 on the tangent counter for that one.
Yeah, definitely. So finishing off the highlights of Raw and also the show was Roman and Punk. So Roman comes into the ring first, and then Punk comes down, and he immediately runs in, and they start.
If only it was that quick. If only it was as quick as you saying it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could have gotten up to make your dinner and sat back down, and Roman would just be getting into the ring at that point.
Just about. He'd just be acknowledged. Yeah, he'd just be throwing the ones up.
On WrestleMania, I want to time him.
Oh my God.
I want to see how long it takes.
It's going to be like 17 minutes. Legitimately, like, you could actually see them doing it. You could
go to the shop and get like some bread and then come back again, and you'd be still coming in.
Now that you say that, I now have a fear of the runway in WrestleMania. Yeah. Because that runway is always really long. Oh my God. If it, like, I think it's the same as last year. Because it's at the Allegiant Stadium. They might shorten it. I don't think they would. I think they'd probably keep it the same.
Has this ever happened before, where 2 WrestleManias back to back have been both in Vegas? Or like both in like the same place?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. But I can't remember.
Yeah.
If there was. But if there was, or if there hasn't been, they're not really harping on the fact that it's, you know, history making that they're here 2 years in a row.
Oh yeah, they don't want because they know that people didn't really
the money
like
grab.
That fact, so they probably don't want to.
It's a backfired money grab.
Highlight it.
If they had gone to New Orleans,
would have been so cool if it was New Orleans.
But not even it would have been cool if they had gone to New Orleans. I guarantee you, they probably would be near sold out by now. Yeah. It's because it's in Vegas. Vegas is a very there's expensive. Only a little bit to do there, and also wrestling fans. If you're going there 2 years in a row. Like, I feel like Vegas 2 years in a row is kind of a lot. If you're a constant wrestling fan who likes to go to those, like, to WrestleMania, you know? Like, you're already paying a lot of money. You probably don't have a lot of spare gambling money anyway, so Vegas isn't that much of an appeal. Yeah. Whereas somewhere like New Orleans, you know, like that's like, you know, you could walk around New Orleans and you'd be happy. I'm sure. Like I know we talk about New Orleans. It's a place that we'd love to go.
Yeah, it's the bucket list. It's on the bucket list.
Yeah, like Vegas, I feel like needs to keep your attention, whereas New Orleans like just has your attention.
Yeah, no, definitely. I completely agree. Yeah. So basically, what did you think of the Roman and Punk brawl?
Yeah, it was
itself,
good. Like, just. I think, do we have that as a highlight or a shout out this week?
This is our highlight, yeah.
This is a highlight, okay. I think it was because of the physicality.
With the highlight. You disagree with this being the highlight?
I don't disagree. It was good because it was good because of the physicality and getting them to see them interact like that. It's almost like they're making you forget about last year. Like, these two were in the main event last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you forgot that, didn't you? It's night one of last year. It was CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And that's where Paul joined Seth Rollins.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. That was WrestleMania.
That was WrestleMania last year.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's crazy,
That
isn't
is
it?
crazy.
She's freaking out in real time. But yeah, that was last year, and we've already seen them kind of interact. We've seen the favor from Heyman. We've seen all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
The one-on-one physicality is cool, and obviously Punk, fair play to Punk, putting him through the table like that. He fucking...
Yeah, he actually did. He got some distance. He proper threw him, like...
I was thinking more the way he got him up. I actually thought the way he threw him was a little lackluster.
Oh, no, but he, kind of tossed him. So he, got some, distance and height. Like, he actually tossed him.
Toss me.
Yeah. What? What? What was that?
It's a Lord of the Rings reference.
Oh, yeah, and he picks up the...
Gimli, you fucking idiot. Toss me. Don't tell the elf. Continuing on.
Anyway. Yes, so... Yeah, he puts him through the table, which was no really good spot, and I thought it was done well. But yeah, it's moving the story along. Not much else really, apart from all the security, which still annoys me. He's like, let's let them fight, for God's sake.
Yeah, with him through the table at this point, Roman is considered dead. So.
Then we're going to go on to our lowlights. So our lowlights of Raw. So basically what we didn't think was the best moments. So one of them was the 4-way tag championship announcement. So it basically, this was following Lyra and Bayley versus the Irresistible Forces. And then announced that it was a 4-way tag championship for WrestleMania.
Yeah, the announcement was shite.
Yeah, it was shite.
It's like, why didn't we just do it in the ring? Why not just have bald Nick Aldis, as you like to call him? Why not just have him come out and say, if we're going to keep doing this, then we're going to have this match at WrestleMania or something. Get some at least see if the crowd's going to pop. But no, you just announce it in a in a graphic.
By the way.
Yeah, that's shite.
It's just...
That was a little iffy thing that they did with Penta stuff as well. Was they announced 4 of the participants and said that they had all had matches on main event.
Yeah.
I think those matches are still to come before WrestleMania on main event, so they've just announced who wins those main event matches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know the show main event that comes out on a Tuesday? We it's one of the few wrestling things that we don't watch.
Oh.
We actually were at a main event when we were at SmackDown in Dublin.
Are those the little the matches before,
yes,
a SmackDown and stuff?
Yeah, so we had a dark match before and we had a main event match. The main event match I think was it was actually Sheamus versus Kit Wilson.
Why do I have Dom in my head?
No, he was the dark match in the main after the main event.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, the actual show main event. Apparently those matches have occurred on there, but I don't know if they've already happened and they're now being considered qualifiers, or if they're still to happen and they've just spoiled it for anyone who watches main event, which is weird. But also, I don't think anyone's watching main event.
Yeah, true. So that was just a little lackluster, to be honest. Then there was the Kyrie. What was it? It was Io versus, who was she going up against? Raquel.
Yeah, it was Io and Raquel, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Io and Raquel. Yeah, that's what it was. And then we had Io jump off the ropes to go.
And nearly break her neck.
Yeah.
So you're on about where Io nearly died.
Yeah,
is that why you were getting all tongue tied because you were getting emotional about how Io nearly fucking died?
Yeah, I was very concerned. For Io.
Just a scotch.
The fact that she just popped back up and then she was running to Kyrie oh my God, like this. And I was like, she was gone. If you look at her eyes, she looks like she doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
I think most fans would have seen the other angle by now.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, she looks like she breaks her neck.
So, yeah, it was just terrifying to watch in general, just because I thought that was, really, really bad. It could have been, the end of her career. That's how bad that looked.
It was really
bad. That was
bad.
One of the worst ones I've ever seen.
When she popped up, she looked like she was out of it.
Oh, so scary. But she seems fine. She's fine now. So I don't know how, but maybe it wasn't as bad as it looked. But yeah, so let's finish off our Raw then on a high with our ringside shout-outs. So Bayley power bombs Nia during her match, which was... That deserves a shout out because what the fuck? How did she do that?
That was good because usually when they do those spots, it's like a step from the corner and then they drop them.
Yeah,
she took like 5 steps and carried that weight.
She carried that weight.
That was impressive.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Like what the fuck? Bayley is very, very strong. So that is definitely a shout out. And then we had the Speed and Danhausen segment backstage.
Okay.
So that was really funny.
Speed and Danhausen are pretty good.
Yeah, Speed's a little hammy, but
yeah, them together. Okay. Like obviously the Speed stuff is it's fine. It's mixing them with Danhausen. I like.
I do. Yeah.
And obviously then when you had the whole LA Knight stuff play out, where you had the match.
Yeah.
Where I think it was the street fight with the Usos.
Yeah. So that was the. No, that was the so the Vision. So basically, Danhausen like cursed Speed. Was this last week, or was this week?
It was this week.
Yeah, it was this week. Yeah. So
he cursed him the week before, but the curse is carried over.
Yes,
he's had like a horrible week. He's lost his luggage, all this shit.
Sorry.
He's lost his luggage and all that kind of stuff, and he's like, he's been fucking.
Yes.
The curse has been fucking him for the entire week.
Yeah, no, that was really good. But yeah, so we had the Vision beating the Usos for the tag team championships, so that was a big shout out because
wasn't Vision, it was Danhausen's curse
because he's cursed. With Speed's help with the brass knuckles.
Well, Speed laid out Knight with the brass knuckles.
Yes.
And then I think, was it Paul laid out Jimmy with the knuckles and then Austin Theory fell onto him or something?
Yes,
yeah, that's
how it ended. But we have the Vision as the new tag team championship, tag team champs. So what do we think of that? Are we happy with that, or did we want to say it on the Usos?
If it was a regular match and the Vision had won, I would have been absolutely pissed. Because it's Danhausen's curse, I can accept it more. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's still really annoying. I'd rather the Vision didn't have the tag titles. But if you're going to do it that way, and you do it with the Danhausen thing, I can forgive it to a degree. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with the, because obviously then we get Speed with LA Knight on Speed's stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and we saw LA Knight get his receipt and kick the shite out of him.
Yeah.
So I think we're going into a trios match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. They always have to have the celebrities in there, don't they?
Yeah, they have a little too many this year.
They had a little too many, I wasn't a fan. I don't even know who that one is that was on NXT dancing with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. I'll mention her when I say
but
Sexy Red is her
name. Yeah, that's, yeah. I do
not know
is she a singer or a rapper? Or?
I think she's a rapper.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so then our next shout out then would be Liv's promo.
Oh yeah, where she called Stephanie's mom a trash, or she called Stephanie's mom trash and called Stephanie a whore.
In Spanish.
Español. Me no hablo español.
No hablo. Yeah, so really good promo by Liv. And then you had Stephanie come in and attack her, as she would, because, talk about a mama. We want to talk about mothers.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we have that back and forth, and then we have a return of Roxanne.
Oh, yeah. I'd actually kind of forgotten she had returned. I was delighted to see Roxanne back. I love Roxanne. Liked her since she was in NXT.
Yeah.
Future Women's Champion. It'd be interesting to see how she gets involved. That's obviously going to be their thing leading up. They could have done this better in the build-up. The build for this has been one of the better builds.
Yes.
But I feel like, not that they could have done it better, they could have given them more time. Not like weeks-wise, but I mean literal time on TV.
Yeah, those segments, think it's too short, and there's also too much gaps in between them.
Yeah. It's like they break down into chaos too much. It's like, maybe just let them go back and forth, and instead of giving them 7 or 8 minutes, give them 12 to 15.
Yeah.
See how long they go. they can kind of go. I feel like Stephanie's gotten a bit more comfortable, and when she isn't, just go into Spanish.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind listening. Like, if she's just shouting passionately during a promo and then breaks into Spanish for half of it and then back into English, I can figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I get it. Like, you know, even people who haven't been watching wrestling for a while, you can kind of get it from a tone.
You can.
So
you can.
It's like, yeah, you want to be able to hear the words. You want to know what they're saying. But at the same time, if it means that you can really hit it passionately, go into the Spanish and then go back into English. And then, like, flip-flop whenever you need to be comfortable.
Yeah, and then next week they'll show a replay of it, and then they'll have the subtitles. And it kind of then you have an almost different... It's almost like you get to enjoy the same thing twice in two different ways.
Yeah, that's a good point. Me? Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, really good segment. Deserves a shout out. And then the last shout out then for Raw is Finn's vignette, where he talks about
yes.
Yeah, Dom.
That was good. I don't think there's much else to say about it. It was just really good.
It was solid.
Really looking forward to it. Hoping that we can potentially get Demon Finn versus Dom.
I really want to see it. After watching NXT and seeing him do a demon in NXT, it's so cool.
I'd nearly wish that they would actually leave it alone for a bit. Like, don't do it against Dom, and then have Finn go for the title. Like, you know, push him in like a world title kind of a space. I know they already did with CM Punk, but they didn't really. Finn just felt like a part of CM Punk's story.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'd rather
filler almost.
I hate using the word story because obviously we have Cody finishing story. Everybody has a story these days. But the thing is, everybody kind of does have a story. Exactly. It's like everybody's a human. Everybody has a story.
Yeah.
You know? And when it comes to Finn's story, Finn's is a pretty tragic story, like, to this point. Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing career. But the fact that the man has only been a one-time WWE champion and it only lasted a day and he's never gotten back to that height.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
sickening when you think about it. It's so unfair.
I know, like, it's because we're Irish, obviously, we're kind of more invested in him, but at the same time, he's still fucking fantastic.
He's so lean as well. I think he's actually more muscular.
I'm talking about how fantastic he is. You're like, he's so lean.
Yeah, but he's more muscular now than he was when he fucking, like, was younger, which is insane. I was like, how has he done that?
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous. As an out-of-shape middle-aged man. Fuck you, Finn Balor. How dare you? How dare you set such high standards for us? How could you do this to us? Yeah, he's ripped as shit.
So we're starting this new thing, which is called the turnbuckle rating. So at the end of every...
I hadn't a clue what she was talking about for a minute. I'm taken off guard as much as the rest of you. What are you talking about? I don't know what this is.
Your fucking idea.
Ah, she's lying. That's a lie. I don't know what you're talking about. What's this? This is crazy. But yes, like she's saying, we're going into a turnbuckle rating system. So any of you who know wrestling know exactly what we're on about. And we're going to rate the episodes of the shows. And every now and then we might throw a rating out for a match as well. So with this Raw, I have a rating in my head. Do you have one in yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's Rachel's rating for Raw this week?
All right, I'll go first. So my turnbuckle rating for Raw this week was, I've given it an 8.5 out of 12.
Okay, fair. We're actually quite close.
Are we?
Yeah. I think this week I'm going to give it an 8.
An 8. Okay, we're kind of aligned then with how we felt with Raw.
Is it really weird that I didn't realise we could do 0.5s?
Oh, well, I'm doing 0.5s.
No. Yeah.
I
came up with the damn idea and I was instantly like, 0.5 is an interesting choice. And then it made me...
Sometimes they're not a 9, it's not an 8, it's a 0.5. You gotta
and it made me instantly think, maybe a 7.5 for this Raw. But I stuck with the 8.
Okay.
You know, so are we going to have our first controversial turnbuckle moment? Is he going to change his decision on the fly? No, I'm still going to give it an 8. It's an 8 turnbuckle. 8 out of 12.
So following that then, next and during the week, we had...
next. I see what you did there. Ha. That was hilarious.
So NXT...
Awful. Boo!
Boo you. We have our highlights for NXT. So the first one, we have the fatal 4-way contract signing between Tony D'Angelo, Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, and Ethan Page.
Yeah, this was fun. This was actually good.
Really good.
These things can normally be tedious as fuck.
Yeah.
It's actually quite good. I really liked it. The back and forth with Ricky and Ethan's fantastic.
It's so good.
Them two were so good because obviously they were in Stand and Deliver last year. They're obviously in it again this year in a Fatal 4-Way for the title. But now they're friends. But, are they?
Yeah.
Are they really?
It's great.
And the two of them,
the
two of them together are so good.
They're just so good. It's just really good character work by both of them.
Yeah.
And they're bouncing off each other so well. And I'm really, really liking it. Then I have to say, just this one part of that whole segment that I loved.
I think I know which one you're going to say.
Was when Tony got up and he was basically like, come on, we know where this is going. Tony, like, to Tony Storm, you want to get out of that ring.
Tony Storm?
Stone.
Robert Stone?
I thought his name was Tony. No,
you thought his name was Tony?
No.
His name is Robert Stone.
Robert Stone.
By the way, Tony did not get up. He was still sitting when he said it.
No, he got up.
He did not.
Are you sure?
100%.
Okay.
He literally looked back in his chair and he was like, Stone, we know how these conferences go. You're probably going to want to get out of the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really liked. Same reason you did. Because they always break down. Like, you have two tables in the ring. Somebody's going through the fucking table. You know?
Exactly.
But don't try to lie to us.
Yeah.
Like, we all know what those tables are there for. Don't be like commentators and Vic Joseph on commentary being like,
what is happening?
Oh my God, can you believe it? It's like, yeah, I can believe it. Like,
because it happens every time we have
fucking tables in the ring. Somebody's going through the fucking table. So yeah, I appreciated Tony being we know where this is going. Sir. Get your ass out of the ring. And then through the table with you.
Oh, it's funny. So yeah, no, I love that whole segment. Really good and made me excited for Stand and Deliver. Our next highlight is Saul and Zaria's vignette, which was just Chef's Kiss.
This wasn't a vignette, this was a promo, wasn't it?
No, it was a vignette.
No, this was an in-ring promo.
No, they had the little... Isn't that when we saw the cinematic thing that they did? Was that not featured on NXT?
I've gone completely blank here. What cinematic thing are you talking about? No, I think it was the promo from NXT where the two of them were in the ring, and I can't remember exactly what they were saying, but they were going back and forth, and they were getting really kind of personal.
Yes.
And I think Saul was nearly crying at one point, and I remember thinking like, "Wow, that was actually impressive," you know. Whatever way they were talking or whatever way they were going.
Oh, I remember one line from Zaria that was really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She said, she knows. So Saul says to Zaria, so I'm the victim in your story. Is that how it is, Zaria? And then Zaria says, you're not the victim. I'm not the victim. What was it? I'm not the victim in my story. You're the villain in my... You're the villain in mine. Something like that.
She said you're the victim in mine, didn't she?
No, you're the villain. They're the mistake.
You're the mistake.
That's what it was. So yeah. It's you're not the villain in my story, you're the mistake. That was it. I remember now. So that was a really, really good highlight. So good that I forgot it was called a promo. Then we had the Tatum and Blake promo. So their back and forth I thought was really, really good. I liked the way Tatum was saying, I can be the glamour to the darkness to your glamour. I'll be the fire to your hell. Like, I really liked that whole back and forth. It was very, very good. Yeah, and then she was like, "Give me back my title, bitch."
Yeah,
yeah, it was good. I like they have a good chemistry. Those two.
They do. They have a good back and forth.
Yeah, I do have something for that, but we'll talk about it at when we get to Stand and Deliver.
Oh, interesting.
So okay. I do have something for this.
Cool.
Then we'll move on to the lowlights of NXT, which was. We have to mention the Kendall Gray versus Lola Vice match. Now, the match itself was really good. It was just the ending.
Oh, with the tap and the pin. And
the pin at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, see, no, the thing is, that itself would have been relatively fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have been upset with that. The problem was they had the referees arguing. They had like, oh no, she tapped before 3, and oh no, she got the pin. And then you had Shawn Michaels come out.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You put Shawn in the ring and you say it's going to be a triple threat at Stand and Deliver between all 3 women.
Yeah.
You know, and you have Shawn Michaels do it, you get the crowd pop, whatever. They just went off the air.
Exactly. And then I don't understand that at all.
And then we found out from a tweet.
Exactly.
What's the point?
Stupid.
Like, what's the point?
What I should have done is had Shawn Michaels come in, get on the mic, say it, and then it could have ended with Lola and Gray like standing, looking at each other like, let's go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it could have ended. And that would have been way better. That would have gotten us hyped like, oh my God, this is what we're getting.
With
cool.
JC as well.
But instead, it just was left with a confusion and be like, what the fuck was that like?
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't happy. Do better. Then another low light for me. Then we had this is actually a more low light for you. I didn't mind too much, but it was the Los Americanos versus Birthright, and I think it was more the ending you didn't like.
It was just the winner. It was the fact that like why are Birthright losing? Like it was 2 weeks ago we had them in the back with William Regal and Fit Finlay, and we had Regal basically talking about how he can get Stone the permanent job as GM of NXT and stuff like that. Oh, I'll put in a good word for you.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to talk about how powerful this group is or how powerful these guys are, but then they're losing to Los Americanos. Don't get me wrong. I get like they're over, especially in NXT right now. They're over in NXT and AAA, but like, why push Birthright?
Exactly. Birthright are the ones who are in NXT. Shouldn't the people on the main card be pushing the ones on NXT up instead of the opposite way around?
I think I think that is what they were doing in the sense of Los Americanos winning and then pushing what we'll see later on at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah,
like, you know, the other heels in the tag division.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the long game, but at the same time, I feel like you could have got there better.
Yeah.
Like now, in fairness, they did protect them. They used the steel in the lucha mask and that kind of stuff. So,
which I have to point out, why did Bravo and the other one, why did they Ryo? Why did they swap the metal plates with each other? They're both the same.
Yeah,
they're
was
just
weird.
like, you take that one, I'll take that one. Yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, why?
Yeah, that was strange. I didn't get that either.
It was so weird.
But the match itself was great. Great match.
Yeah.
Everybody was fantastic
and
from
then
everyone.
Shiloh ran in then, didn't he, with he had like the mask turned round, remember? And he had a mask in the back of his hair.
I do remember the mask.
Yeah.
I don't overly remember him running in, but you're probably right.
Yeah,
for some reason I can't remember him with that.
Anyway,
I just remember Los Americanos getting the win.
Yeah.
And just not being overly happy with it.
Filled with rage. So finally for then NXT, we're going to get to the ringside shoutouts. So not quite highlights, but deserve a shout out. And we have Jada versus Kalani. And then their backstage drama. Now the match itself I thought was
good.
It was really good.
It wasn't bad, it wasn't great, it wasn't fantastic. It was a good match.
It was a really good match. Kalani was actually looking really good. And Jada got the win. And then we had backstage Kalani attacking Jada, which was good. That was like what you threw a trash can on her. The trash man. No, it was good though. And then another shout out we have is Keanu. Is it just Keanu?
Keanu Carver.
Keanu Carver versus Jasper Troy. Good solid match. I don't really care about the rivalry between those two though. Being honest.
Well, yeah, Josh Briggs is the special guest referee.
I mean, that was like the first time I actually enjoyed seeing Briggs in the ring because he actually did a really good job. I thought it was really good and he had me interested.
Well, the interesting thing that I want to know is, right, the whole reason why Briggs was the referee was because none of the referees wanted to take the task of being in between Keanu Carver and Jasper Troy.
Yes.
Because they're monsters.
Yeah.
But now on Tuesday, on NXT this coming week, it was announced on this show, that it would be Keanu Carver versus Jasper Troy versus Josh Briggs.
Yeah.
So my question is, who the fuck is refereeing this match?
Oh, yeah.
None of the referees wanted to take the match with just the two boys. So you're telling me that somebody's taking it with the three?
Good point.
Is Brock Lesnar refereeing this match?
Oba. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Who are they going to have referee it then?
It's probably just going to be a regular referee and they're just going to fucking forget their shite. No, because Keanu would kill him.
I don't know.
The whole point is like Keanu's like trying to rub it in his face.
He's a big fella, yeah. I don't know. Thought that'd be funny.
He's just trying to get Booker T killed.
But no, because he has a kind of storyline is intertwined with it a little bit, so I thought maybe.
He's got some skin in the game.
And then the next shout out then, or the final shout out, was the 6-man tag between Dark State versus Santana and OTM Out the Mud. Yeah, good match.
That's all. Yeah, see that's it with the shout outs. Is like with something like this, you just want to put it here because of how good the match was.
Yeah.
You know, it's like story wise, not much there. Dark State are not bad right now. They're doing some good things. This match was just there. Yeah. They were in New York. They wanted Mike Santana on the show.
Yeah.
They put on a good match. You get a shout out.
Yeah,
it was a good match.
Santana. They were like chanting for him and stuff. And
like it's a fun match to just watch.
Yeah, it was.
There's not really much to it, like storyline wise, but watching wise, yeah, the crowd really get into it because of Santana as well.
Exactly, it was a really enjoyable match, solid.
And there's one point where Dark State saves Santana from breaking his neck.
Oh
yeah, that dive outside the ring.
He should get a promotion.
I was just saying the two boys need to get a bonus for that or something.
Bonus.
Like he went over and he went down and they grabbed. Oh, it was a fucking great grab by the two of them.
Could have ended really badly.
Could have, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have a Neo situation.
Yeah, 100% solid match, deserved a shout out, and not much more to say than that. So then we're going to get to the turnbuckle ratings for NXT. What do we think? I went first, so I'm going to let you go first this time.
I was going to go first, but now that you're telling me what to do, I refuse.
Oh my God, what are you, a child?
Yes. I watch wrestling, of course I'm a child.
No, that makes you cool. Okay, go. What do you think?
I think this NXT, I have it as a 7 out of 12. It's relatively solid, but work to do. For a go home before the pay-per-view, like you shouldn't be getting a 7. You should be getting like a 9 or a 10. You know, like that should be your goal. So to be getting a 7 on the go home show of a like build to stand and deliver what is considered your WrestleMania, that's a failure in my eyes. This should have been a lot better.
I completely agree with you there. I was going to give it an 8. Mainly, I think for the contract signing part and Solon's area, I just thought that those two were worth the build-up. It's just a shame that the rest, there wasn't much more than that. So I think 8.
Of course, yeah. You're allowed your opinion. Your opinion's an 8. Your opinion is wrong.
Oh, okay.
I kid.
Fighting words.
You wrong-ass bitch. And we're back after a small technical issue.
Just a small one. And that brings us then to Stand and Deliver. So our highlights for Stand and Deliver. First off, we have the really fucking good match with Tatum Paxley versus Blake Monroe. So what did we think of this?
Yeah, it was a great match. It was fantastic. It was paced well, back and forth, banger of a match. Really liked the finish. I was questioning it couple of times, which I like.
I like when they have me question and I was like, oh, she kicked out again. I was like, okay. It's like, so I like when they do that, when they get you.
I believe you had us intrigued earlier with what this would entail, or you had something for this.
I did have something for this. Just before I do that, the little parts of the match itself that I want to point out is that the part where Tatum gets thrown onto the walkway. And she's like, my shoulder. Like, I genuinely thought she had injured herself there. But it was obviously work. But
it was a work.
A work, bitch. So that brings me to my fantasy book, first of the episode. So this is around Tatum and Blake, because I just think they have really good chemistry. I think we could be in for anyway, I'll start. So basically my idea is that after the match, we have a backstage segment with Tatum and Blake. So Tatum is standing there. Blake comes over to her and just says, look, you had me on my toes in that match. Like you're crazy, kind of like match my crazy, because which I don't show very often, but you like kept up with me, and I just have to say, like, I have to give you props for that. And it's quite disarming because you don't see this from Blake. So Tatum's like, okay, all right. So then they basically, this kind of happens for a couple of weeks where Blake is just a bitch to everybody, but she's being nice to Tatum. And it's kind of like at first Tatum's unsure, but then eventually, surely they become friends. So they have a friendship. We see it grow. We see it go back and forth. And Blake in this moment now is a face. So she's a face, but she's kind of give her in the same sort of realm as like Christian.
Are you saying Blake?
Yeah. So Blake is kind of like Christian, with Christian and Adam Copeland, where like she's like our
You really
asshole.
wanted to say the other name, didn't you?
Almost did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So we have Blake be that like they're Christian, so but in WWE. So she's our asshole. So they'll have like moments backstage, which is I genuinely think Blake Monroe could do some amazing character work here. Like I really do. I think this is where she could literally show her character off properly, into a point where we could get the audience like liking Blake.
So what you're kind of going for here is you want the WWE NXT audience to really see Mariah May, but in Blake Monroe's skin.
Yes, and also have it in like comedy segments where it's actually enjoyable and people actually like her and enjoy her to see her on screens. But you'll have moments backstage where Blake will be a bitch to someone and Tatum will just be like, oh, sorry.
What are you going to do?
What is she like?
Can't bring them anywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shucks. Ara, she's baiting her with a kendo stick.
Just like shaking her head. Like,
she's out with the chairs again.
I'm sorry. And it's like, basically, that's the kind of dynamic I want for them. And they have a back and forth. It's really good. They do some tag team matches. Now, this I want to go on for like months. I want this to like lead up for a while. Then there's a title opportunity. I'm not sure what title. That could be the NXT Championship or the North American. But we have...
I think it would have to be the NXT Championship. They've already done everything for the North.
Exactly. So for that, essentially, when that is building up, we'll have Tatum. So we have Tatum basically get her championship match, and Blake turns on her and hits her in like the back of a chair or something like that, or attacks her in some way, and her to stand over, basically saying that from day one this was her plan to befriend her and betray her. Mm-hmm. And she basically just like laughs maniacally and stuff, and then we have an epic rivalry between them, and that goes on right up to Stand and Deliver.
So personally, listening to that story, I could get invested in that. Yeah. I like the story. I like where you're going with it. For me, the execution should be flipped. Or the end result should be flipped. I feel like you should have Tatum be the one that turns.
Oh, interesting.
And basically lay those seeds in the build-up. So obviously, right now and for the next couple of months, you'd have them as best of friends, Tatum being Tatum. Then you slowly get Tatum realising, like, you know, she wants to go for the NXT Women's Championship. She realises that, you know, you kind of have to be a little ruthless in this game. and she's then taking advantage of Blake. And Blake, somebody who isn't, fucking... She doesn't have too many friends, thinks that this is kind of, like, is this the norm? Like, she's not acting stupid, but she's kind of oblivious to the fact, you know what I mean? And you have kind of Tatum taking advantage of her a little bit. And you almost, behind the scenes, have the fans... Eventually you want the fans then to be rooting for Blake to kind of figure it out. Almost in like a Batista kind of evolution kind of throwback where it's like she's only using you. Try these things. See if you can turn the crowd on Tatum.
That's interesting.
For Blake's side.
I think that actually works better because you have... It kind of reminds me of Adam Cole, baby, and MJF. The way MJF was like, he's very distrusting of people, but he's starting to like soften. And he's starting to trust him, and that's why the betrayal hurts that much more.
Yeah.
So you could have Blake, in a sense, like, she doesn't trust me. She's everyone at arm's length. No one gets to see the real her, only the glamour.
Yep.
And she's starting to drop those walls for Tatum, and that's when Tatum turns on her. It's gonna like proper cut.
That's it. That should break her.
Yeah. Then we see Psycho Blake.
Yeah, we've already kind of seen the woman from hell.
Glimpses of it, but
you've seen the woman from hell, but now comes the demon.
Ooh.
I see you can't do that because it's already Finn. Spitballing in real time here.
Spitballing in real time. I like it.
I'm just falling over myself now. Like throw out the demon, and I'm like, it's already
it's
already a WWE version of that. You dumbass. The succubus of NXT.
The succubus. Ooh, interesting. But yeah, that was my first fantasy book of the evening. But it wasn't properly like fleshed out really. It kind of had the bullet points.
Sometimes we will just throw out some stuff.
Sometimes that's what I like to do.
That's where we can get people to message in and do their ads and see if we throw out that little baseline and see what they run with.
Yeah, that one's more like the foundations there, but the details aren't fully there.
Oh,
either,
the detailed ones are coming.
The detailed ones
are coming.
Okay, so
maybe not today, maybe not the next day, but eventually the detailed ones are coming.
Oh, that's funny. So next highlight for Stand and Deliver then was the Fatal 4-Way main event. So basically the start of the show and the end of the show, pretty much. So then we had the Fatal 4-Way main event with Paige jumps on. There's loads of things that happened, but there was one point that I really liked where it was so Ricky.
These are the high points of the highlights.
The high points of the highlights. So Ricky, I think he suplexes or he throws.
Ricky suplexed Tony D off of the top rope.
Yes.
And obviously the two of them were laid out.
Yes.
Ethan was waiting to hit a frog splash on, you would assume, Tony D. However, he changes his mind.
Exactly. And
he dives onto Ricky's sides.
It's so good.
The two of them are fucking great.
Their whole back and forth throughout that match was just so funny.
But Ricky's face when he hits him with it, it's just so good. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's just such a great back and forth, so it is.
It was. I really liked it. They're so funny. And then we had the finale and we had Tony winning the NXT Championship.
The finale
of the... You know what I mean. But were you expecting Tony to win? I think you said you wanted him to win, but did you expect him to?
I think we both said who we had beforehand, and we both had two people.
Yeah.
I had Tony and Joe. And I think you had
Tony and Ethan. Were my ones.
Yeah,
because I just felt
we both thought Tony.
Yeah, well, I think the reason I said Ethan is just because I feel like they were putting more attention on Ethan throughout between him and Ricky. So I feel like I thought maybe they might be going down that road with their storyline, and he's like, I'm going to be a 2-time champion kind of thing. So I thought that they were like, for that was going to come to fruition kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where I thought Ethan, but actually I'm way happier that it's now Tony.
I'm delighted for Tony. I'm interested to see what happens with him as the champion.
Yeah.
But also I think if Ethan, like you said, you had Ethan as winning, that would have been interesting to see where his character goes from there.
Yeah.
he didn't win. I think he's done. Bring him up. He's main roster ready. He has been for a while. I think now, from here on out, any more time spent in NXT is time wasted for Ethan Page.
Yeah,
I genuinely
agreed.
think that. If you put Ethan into a main event slot with Tony D on NXT, I don't think he needs to be doing that right now.
No.
I think he should be up in the main roster. You need to find something for him to do there because he's not wasted, but he's too big.
Yeah,
he's too big where he is right now, and we need to see if he can make this work on the main roster because he has something there and it's really good.
It's so good, and I just think he's ready. Do you know what I mean? There's not much more he can do, so it's just bring him up already for feck's sake. But one of the other matches, which was quite a big match, was JC Jane versus Lola Vice versus Kendall.
This match itself
was really good. It's just there was a couple of things that happened, which puts it in the low light category for us. But it's we're conflicted with this one because it should be a highlight.
It should be a highlight.
Like
we're not massive Lola Vice fans. Yeah, but we can still see her winning is a big deal to a lot of people.
Exactly.
You know, but
I didn't want her to win.
I didn't want her to win. I wanted Kendall. I wanted Kendall. I wanted JC to lose so that same with Ethan. Big fish, small pond. She needs to move on now too. And hopefully she will.
With JC. I genuinely think it is happening with JC.
Yeah, especially with her reaction. Like the tears at the end and that. Yeah. Like some people are really good actors. Some people can do that. That looked real. She looked like she was happy.
Time. Yeah.
What? What did you say?
Sorry. I was just saying it just felt like she knew it was the last time.
Yeah. I'd say she did,
yeah. But yeah, like also when she was coming in, just the way she was kissing the belts and stuff. Like I know that you said that they do that sometimes, but I think I got the vibe, even her walking, that this might have been.
Yeah, you've said that in the past about things, though, and you've been wrong a lot. So,
I have been wrong.
You have been wrong. I've done the same thing because as wrestling fans, we read into fucking everything. Every turn, every head nod, every eye glance. We're like, what was he doing there? Did he raise his eyebrow? Is The Rock coming out and helping Ethan Page? That makes no sense, Jason. What are you talking about? You know, lunacy. We're lunatics, but it's fantastic.
We're paranoid.
No, we're not paranoid. There's a difference. Paranoia paranoia makes you all like freaked out and that, and it makes you afraid. This makes you all like, oh, it could be though. It makes you excited and happy. This is different. It's like crack. Not that I know how crack tastes, but I'm sure it'd be great crack.
Oh God, yeah, it's like crack. This great analogy.
You are crackheads, children.
You are crackheads, children. Yeah. So again, I wasn't delighted that Lola won. I would have loved it if it was Kendall. I think she is amazing. I think she is a future fucking star.
I thought it was going to be her.
Yeah.
But also, this is in the lowlights because we're not massive Lola Vice fans. It's also in the lowlights because of numerous wardrobe malfunctions for JC Jane.
I felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
It happened so many times.
There was like 4, I think there was at least 3, but I feel like there might have been 4 times where they cut to black and they came, like there was one point where they came back and it was still not in.
No. Yeah, and they had to come back to the
They were gone for so long that they had to feel like they came back because once they came back, it was still happening, and they had to just cut to black again. It was almost like they had to tell people, "We're still here. We're just trying to fix it." You know? Yeah. You felt so bad for her.
Yeah, and it's just, especially if that is her last match, like that's even worse. Like,
well, hopefully, it'll be forgotten into the ether.
Yeah,
hopefully, like we're just remembering it now because it's like fresh in the mind.
Yeah.
Hopefully, once all is said and done, and people talk about Lola's first win, and that it's, you know. Nobody remembers.
That will be the case.
Though. It was a great match. It was a great match. It was really good. It was like the build was good. They got us invested.
Yeah, it did. And finishing off then for Stand and Deliver was our ringside shoutouts, which was Zarya versus Saul. Really good match. I really liked it. I thought they had some really cool moments.
This is bordering on a low light for me.
Is it borderline on a low light for you? Why?
Because I think they had a great chance to really push Zarya and to make her into a big deal on NXT. Because you had her kick out of a Soul Snatcher.
Yes,
exactly. I can't remember the last time somebody's done that. I don't know if anyone has. I think they may have.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they have. So you had this chance where you did this, she was taking all this damage, and then she was coming back. If you had Zarya, because I assume they're bringing up Sol soon.
Yeah.
You know, like for some reason she's on a match on NXT next week.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're going to push her for the title. But she seems like she's outgrown it to a degree as well. You need to see how big she can get on the main roster now.
I could see them doing to Saul what they did with Trick, where he was in NXT too long.
Oh.
But, like, I have this weird feeling they might do that to Saul.
I absolutely disagree.
No?
Because of the fact they had her on Saturday Night's Main Event versus Bayley.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I suppose Trick didn't have that.
No, Trick did not have that. So she was in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
so
she was. And she was in...
She finished top 3 in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and she was in John Cena's final card.
That's the Bayley match that I just mentioned, you absolute demented fuckhead.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot that was against Bayley.
How fucking rude of you. Oh, yeah, don't forget John Cena's match as well in the retirement thing. I just said it. I just said it.
Yeah, but I said it better. There was one moment in the...
Freak out. There was one moment where
in the Saul versus Zarya match where they hit on the runway and you see Saul like getting up on the, like getting herself up, and you just see Zarya behind her creeping up like...
Yeah, that
was a really cool moment.
That was a great shot.
Oh shit.
But the annoying thing is, that was a great shot. And then she speared her through the ropes.
Yeah.
Then, I can't remember what happened in the middle, but like seconds later, you then had Saul hit a Saul Snatcher in the corner and end the match.
Yeah.
Like, so you had her kick out of a Saul Snatcher. You had this big moment, because that's what I was trying to remember as well when you were on about it. That moment where the camera focused on her, almost like she was a demon or something rising out from hell. And she just comes up slowly. And it's like... And then you have her lose?
Yeah.
What sense does that make?
Makes no sense.
Have her win. You're calling up Soul soon. Zarya's probably going to be there for a little while longer. So have her be a beast of a person who can then challenge for the championship.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Zarya and Lola, you'd have so many people rooting for like the little guy, because Zarya would tower over her. You know, she could destroy her.
Zarya looks so cool. Like, she's just, come on, push her already. Another shout out then was Los Americanos versus Vanity Project for the tag team titles. There was just one real standout. There was a good match, solid match, but there's one standout that I do want to mention, which was Bravo suplexing 2 men at once. How did he get the strength to like carry 2 men at once and do that? I just don't understand it. I
think it's called working.
Yeah, but how? He carried the 2 of them.
I think he carried them. He just suplexed them, didn't he?
Yeah, but at one point he had the 2 of them up.
Yeah, he had them up and then he went straight back. It was just a quick balance and then boom.
Yeah, no, it is impressive though, you have to admit.
It is impressive. It's impressive on all sides.
Yeah. But yeah, then Vanity Project won that, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
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 Made sense.
Did make sense.
Yeah.
If Los Americanos had won that, I'd have had a fucking conniption. Because they'd already beaten Birthright, and like I'd already said, that drove me fucking mad. Now, in fairness, going into it, I kind of knew that Vanity Project were going to win. Made the most sense. You don't really know with El Grande and their stuff right now, because they seem to be pushing the shite out of them. So, if Los Americanos had won, I would have freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
But the expected happened. I like Vanity Project. They're good. They're
like
good workers. They're irritating pricks.
They are, but they know they are.
That's why they're good. They're meant to be. They're probably not far off that.
So then we had another shout out. We had Miles Bourne versus Johnny Wrestling Gargano.
Did one or the other?
I actually really liked the match. It was funny how Johnny kept like planking every now and then. Just, I'm so depressed. I
think he only did it once.
It was like, what?
I think
he did it twice. He did it twice. He 100% did though.
When was the second time?
I don't remember, but he definitely did it more than once. Right. If anyone is listening to, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but
remembering in real time, I only remember the one, so I'm going to stick with my gut.
Okay, we'll find out later.
I think you're wrong.
But it was kind of like he was wrestling Eeyore. He just kept getting like bouts of depression and just kept falling. But it was good though. And then we had Miles win. So he gets the win.
Good match, solid match.
And then it ended with Dion Lennox running in and attacking Miles with the chair.
This was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I really liked it. I think Dion and Miles, that's a good NXT
matchup.
That's a good NXT matchup over a North American Championship. So yeah, I think that's really good. And then we obviously had the stuff later on with Dark State. Backstage.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're getting to that now or if we're keeping that.
I'm getting to it now.
But yeah, just having Dark State backstage, obviously you have Lennox come out, lay out Miles Bourne. But obviously Dark State feel like he's doing that for himself.
Yeah.
So obviously they do the promo, and definitely a shout out here to Saquon, because Saquon Sugar's there was really good.
It was so good. It was such good acting. I forgot he was acting. I thought, because it felt real.
You're just listening.
I was just listening.
You're just sucked in and engrossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was right there with you, because it was a really good, we call it monologue, promo that he was doing. Because when he was talking, he was making sense, but he was hitting it, and it was very good. So I definitely want to see more like that, because obviously they're arguing over the fact that there is no leader.
Yeah.
But in my head, I've always thought that Saquon should be the one kind of manipulating that group anyway.
Yeah.
He's always come across as that kind of type.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, look, this is a small guy. He he's going to do something cool.
It's come on, Marge. Come on.
But yeah, no, really, that was the first time I saw him, saw the potential, if you get me. Because when people are in groups, they can kind of get lost.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I was like, oh, hello.
There's something there.
Really fucking good. I was just like, I want to see more, please.
Yes.
So yeah, it was good. So that's it then for Stand and Deliver. What did we think in ratings wise? How many
turnbuckle time?
Turnbuckle time. What are we doing? Will I go first, or do you want to go first?
I think I would give it a 9.
I was thinking 9 too. I swear to God. Yeah, I was thinking 9.
I swear to God, man.
I swear to God, man.
All right, so that's getting a 9 from us. 9 turnbuckles.
We are in agreement with the 9. Then following that, we will go to AEW. AEW Dynamite. I just have AEW down and I forgot. Wait, it's Dynamite.
They also have multiple shows.
And they do. And I always, at the beginning, when I first started watching it, I kept getting Dynamite and Collision mixed up. I kept doing it.
Yeah, when you started. Yeah. Doesn't happen anymore.
It doesn't happen anymore.
It fucking does.
No, it doesn't.
You're a liar, shy.
Happens sometimes. So the highlights for this, it starts off with
a return. Who do we have? Judas in my mind.
I was about to go, break the walls down. I was like,
that's the wrong goddamn show. You're not allowed to do that, blasphemer. So Chris Jericho returns.
Yes.
And he is... Wait.
What?
Don't say it. Where is he? And we're going to wait another 12 minutes. The time keeps going. Oh my God. Oh. And he just kept fucking doing that.
He's bringing the mic to his mouth? No, he's not talking. Wait. No.
I don't know, was this a bit? And did he come down and be like, the last time I was here, you were all booing me. I'm going to generate as much cheers as I can and give you as little as possible.
Yeah.
I will respect him more if he did it as a bit. If he did it as a bit to be like, fuck you guys, I'm going to milk this, and then I'm going to give you nothing.
Yeah.
If I know that he did it that way, I'm all for it. I'm like, well done, awesome. I get it. That makes sense. That's funny. But if he was doing that just to be like, oh my God, they're going to pop so hard for this. It's like, oh my God, it's like South Park and the Hardy Boys all over again. Oh my God, I've got such a clue. It's like, Chris, you're not on the right track here, man. What are you doing?
You said Hardy Boys.
Oh no.
The Hardy Boys,
I've made a great
such a raging clue right now.
I've got such a swanton clue. Oh my God, whisper in my wind. Oh Jesus. Titty twister of faith.
Oh my God. That was funny. Because I was like, does he know he said the Hardy Boys? I was like, nope, he doesn't. Oh God.
Well, you know it is the Hardy Boys though, yeah? In South Park.
They're called some boys, but I can't remember.
Oh, it's the Barnaby Boys.
Is it?
I fucking hope so. I'm adamant. It's the only name. If it's not Barnaby Boys, and I just thought of that in my head, I need to get checked. Like, people need to fucking check on me, okay? There's a problem there. Because where have I pulled Barnaby Boys out of?
I don't know.
Neither do I. So it fucking better be. We're going to check that now.
We'll check it after. Oh, Christ. Okay. Okay, so yeah, he took a sweet fucking time.
Oh my God, did he take a sweet fucking time?
Taking it all in, but yeah, it was too long. It was too. It's so funny because when we were watching, we were like, "Does this feel a little long to you?" And we're like, "Yeah," and then.
But at first, we were like, you were in shock,
yeah,
because obviously we had thought that Jericho, WWE retirement, that's what's coming.
Exactly.
You know, we were kind of planned for that. So all of a sudden, boom, his music hits. You'd never seen him in AEW.
No.
Like, you've never seen him at all.
I've seen clips.
He's been off you've seen clips.
But I've never seen him in real time.
While you've been a wrestling fan, you've never seen him on a live product.
No.
And obviously you thought you were getting him in WWE. So hearing the music and Judas hit and him coming down to the ring.
Yeah.
Like, initially we were both like, holy crap. Oh my God.
It was, yeah.
It was fantastic. And then it was still, holy crap. Oh my God. And then it took a little longer.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh,
what are you doing?
we were like, no, we were kind of like, oh, this is cool. Okay. And then we kind of realized, all right, we're not getting a fucking promo here.
Yeah.
He's taking up way too much time already. So what are we getting?
Exactly.
And then I think we realized and we were like, no, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Stop.
And then when you watch it back, it's even longer.
It's worse.
Because you don't have the shock value of the return.
Yeah.
So you're watching it back and you're like, wasn't this fucking long, was it?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, he really milked that.
It's like there's like a minute and a half there that feels like 6 minutes.
Exactly. It must have felt even longer for him. So, like, he's just out there for a half an hour just walking around.
He was probably loving it, though. He was probably like, this is great.
Yeah.
You know?
He's looking well as well. Like, he looks like he's gotten some treatments done. He looks very smooth.
He looks very smooth.
He looks very, like, he doesn't look like he's got many wrinkles, but not in a...
I think he got, like,
got some
Botox.
I think he got a bit of Botox. And he got some veneers as well, because they ain't real teeth.
Oh, I'd say he'd openly admit that. I'd say he's lost a lot of teeth over the years.
Maybe he has, actually.
I'd say he's taken a few slaps. He's at least got a few cracked teeth and that. He definitely has to get fake teeth.
Probably. Yeah, it does happen. So the next
he wrestled Ryback, for fuck's sake.
Sorry, what?
I said he wrestled Ryback, for fuck's sake.
Ryback. Oh, yeah. He's the, like, kind of dummy.
Oh, shots fired. Oh, Jesus.
But anytime I hear people talk, he's just like,
that was CM Punk. You just watched the cartoon shit and you instantly...
Yeah.
That's exactly what you associated him with. It's like, oh, Ryback's that dummy on the cartoon. Oh, Jesus.
You look, like, embarrassed for me.
No, I think it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
I think it's fucking great. Because you're still right.
Yeah. Did I do that?
Hell.
So next
Continuing on.
Oh God, I need to calm down. Okay. So the next highlight then is MJF and Kenny's contract signing. So their back and forth was really, really good. I was surprised.
They went as fucking far as they did.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go that far, but it was also like there's going far, and then there's just, that's very real. Kenny's had personal. A lot of his intestines taken out.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of shit happen. He has thought he would never wrestle again. He is on borrowed time. Now, I don't mind shooting all that stuff and doing all that kind of... I don't really mind it. Yeah. But at the same time...
It's too real.
It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, and also, MJF literally said the line that you'd be better off dead.
So that's what saved it for me.
Really?
Funnily enough. Yeah, I know, because I'm a AEW...
It's a crazy choice.
I'm a mental fucker. Because watching it, hearing all the stuff and that, it just sounded too real. So then hearing MJF throw out a line like that does kind of bring you back to be this is pro wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas he's being utterly ridiculous. The other stuff is Kenny has lost time in his career. Kenny can't go the way he used to.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, fuck.
It's just when he said that your stomach could blow at any second.
That was mental.
That scared me a lot. I was like, what the fuck are we doing right now?
Yeah. It's every time MJF throws a kick to the gut in the match, everybody ah!
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, he's going to blow. Oh God, no, that's horrible. But yeah, no, it did. I'm surprised. Obviously, Kenny's okay with that, but also I was just surprised that they went there.
Yeah,
but yeah,
likewise. But yeah. I'm still happy with it though. I like the build.
It was a good back and forth, and then you had Speedball come in.
Well, after MJF threw out the die comment,
yeah,
Kenny just threw over the table. Obviously, if Kenny hits him, I think the match is off. So, obviously, then you had Speedball coming out, stopping it. And then we get MJF and Speedball later in the night. That's announced. And, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
But I just mean that as the end of the promo.
Oh, that as
the end of MJF and Kenny's segment. And
you're just kind of
Speedball being the one coming out. It's it's fine.
It's it's because Speedball is Canadian and they're in Canada.
Speedball Canadian?
I think so.
I think he is too, actually. I think I did know that.
I'm sorry.
I think I did know that, but because they were in Winnipeg, and you had Kenny Omega, so Speedball is at least the third favorite Canadian on a famous wrestling show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jericho's from Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Kenny is Canadian.
Yeah.
The fans are yay, Speedball in the main event.
He is also Canadian.
Yeah, it's another Canadian here.
So then, following that, next highlight where we had Adam Copeland and Christian backstage, and there was just this segment that they did where they were,
where they nearly
we're gonna get anyone who's in our way is gonna get it essentially.
Yeah, and they said those words.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, this person just puts themselves in the way of Cope and Cage. She put herself right in the middle, and she refused to tell them where FTR were. She knew, and Cage knew what to do. But Cope decides to let her off because he's weak. He's weak.
It's a crazy take.
He should have battered her with the chair.
No.
It would have been funny as fuck.
It would have been shocking. But yeah, the fact that he even lifted it to her is just, he's like, no, not Renee, really? And he's giving out to him. It's really funny.
It was brilliant. Yeah. I love Cage.
Yeah.
I love those interactions. And I love Cage when he does that stuff by himself.
Yes.
So then to be bouncing off Cope and to be no, not Renee. It's just those little things where it's so good. Yes, because I know these two are
friends.
They're friends, and they're goofy fuckers. So shit all day.
And you just know they're having so much fun, which makes you have fun then.
Yeah,
they're watching, and then they go in and they see those two guys who I can't remember the name of. What are they called again?
Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta.
Yeah, I don't know how you remember that, but wait, did you get that wrong?
No, I got it right.
Okay.
So it's Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta.
Yeah.
And they are in FTR's dressing room. So obviously Cage and Cope are busting in, getting ready to lay them the fuck out. But they run into Rocky and Trent instead. So Trent and Rocky decide they'll take a message. And then I think Christian realizes something. What does he realize?
I think they're in their way.
I think they're in their way.
Yeah.
And then they kick the fucking shit out of them. Yeah!
It was good.
I love it.
I loved it too. It was really good.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, more of that, please. And then our final highlight then is Will Ospreay versus Pac, which this was my first time really seeing Will Ospreay wrestle.
Yeah.
And oh my God, how does he move like that? I don't understand it. He's like denies the laws of physics, that guy. But he comes in and he gets attacked by Pac straight away and onto the ramp, and he's like, my neck, and he's like freaking out. And they're like, no, don't go in there, and then he does. And what?
Don't go in there. No.
Yeah, don't go in there.
No, don't go in there.
Scary movie. But anyway.
Just pointing it out.
Yeah, but so people know that's what it is. Some people people
just
know.
allow people not to know. They either do or they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Part of the fun. You're in on the joke.
So yes, then he comes in and he does an amazing fucking job. Back and forth, so good. Yeah.
Who are you talking about here now?
What?
Who are you talking about here?
Will Ospreay.
Okay, you're still on Ospreay and Pac.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying it was a really good fucking match.
I know, but you lost me in the middle where I mocked you. So I was like, oh, she's still on the Ospreay and Pac thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a fucking great match.
Okay.
Watch it. If you're a wrestling fan and you're alive this week, go watch that match. Because it's fucking banging.
It really is. So Ospreay wins that match, and then we have the ending then with the Death Riders coming in.
Before we move on to the Death Riders thing, I think you said this at the time, but I think we're both shocked that they're allowing them to target his neck as much as they are.
Yes, I was really surprised by that.
Like, they're really going for the neck. Like, I know obviously it's wrestling. Like, you're like, oh, it's a weak point. But usually a weak point is like, oh, you get slammed into the like fucking thing on the outside of the ring. At the corner, you get slammed into the corner, and all of a sudden you're selling your shoulder. Yeah. Usually it's not a thing that you've had neck fusion surgery on, and they're just targeting the neck. They're targeting that, you know. So it is kind of wild, and you do kind of like, he had to get that surgery for a reason. Yes. It was because he's a wild man and he does some crazy shit. So it's like, dude, I love that I'm seeing some wild Will Ospreay shit still. Don't fucking ruin your career.
Exactly. Well, every time they target the neck, I'm like, oh my god, I can't.
But like, it's those DDT spots and shit like that, and the way he sells selling shit, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. And I love it, and I want it all the time. Yeah. But he is sacrificing a few years at this point.
Yeah. So. It's scary. But also, he's amazing. Like, oh my god, I want to see more and more of him. But
Pac is unbelievable too.
What?
Pac is unbelievable too.
Pac was really, really good as well. But Moxley at the end, standing over him, saying, "There's 6 of us. Like, what did you expect to happen?" Yeah. And then said, "This is
with the chair." Yeah. With Ospreay's neck through the chair.
Yeah, and he says, basically says to him, "This isn't personal for me." Yeah. So don't make it personal. Yeah. And I think that's such a good line, because I'll tell you why. Because it is so personal to Will, because he like put him in the hospital. So of course it's personal. The fact that Moxley's saying it isn't personal kind of points out how little he cares or gives a shit of what he did.
Well, that happened at Forbidden Door. Yeah. So for Ospreay, that's personal. Yeah. For Moxley, that's just another Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why that line works really, really well. But then it also has the other side of it, that if you make it personal, I can fuck you up, kind of thing. Yeah. So it's a good threat at the same time. So I really liked it.
It was well delivered by Mox. I liked as well is when his neck was through the chair. Yeah. You had Claudio in the corner and he ran up to stomp it. And you just had Mox just walk in and just put his hand out towards Claudio. Move. Yeah, it was a good little touch.
It was.
Where it was like, no, we're just talking now. We don't need to do this yet.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So then we're gonna we only have one low light for AEW Dynamite, which is always a good sign.
It's a good sign. You don't want the low lights.
There's only one or none. That's a good show. So The lowlights we had then is the Sisters of Sin and versus Mina and the Brawling Birds. The match itself, I didn't actually mind. It was just this one moment that was just so stupid and also executed poorly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was the 6-woman suplex.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you're going to do it, you need to do it, well.
It was very dumb. Like, the max you can do with a move like that is 4. Because when you have 5 and 6, when you then have 4 waiting for 5 to come in, and then 5 standing there by yourself waiting for number 6 to come in, it just looks stupid.
It does.
It looks very dumb.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. It did. It looked really, really dumb. And the minute you do something like that, because you're allowed to do set-piece stuff in wrestling. Most set-piece stuff can be fantastic. This was really bad.
Yeah.
Do not do this again, please.
Please. 100%. Yeah, it was just not great. So yeah, that was the low light of the evening.
If that's your low light of the evening, you're doing well.
If that is the only low light, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Then we're going to move on to the ringside shoutouts, which was, to start off with, we have Brody King, Jack Perry, and Kenny Omega versus The Demand. Really liked this match. Kenny is very busy this episode. I mean, he's in 3 different things.
It's Kenny in Canada. They're going to use him as much as they can.
I mean, yeah, he was definitely used. He had the beginning promo with MJF. Then he had this match, and then he featured in the final, in the main event. So
with Speedball,
yeah, he was busy man tonight.
Oh, he was, and he was on commentary.
And then he was on commentary.
He actually did a great job on commentary.
He really did. But yeah, this match itself, solid, deserved a shout out. So don't really have much more to say on it.
That's really it. It just ties in with Kenny's progression through the episode, and it's just focusing on Kenny.
Yeah,
good match. Otherwise, that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, 100%. And then,
one thing from that match: Ricochet's first match since the MS comment.
Oh yeah.
So Ricochet, probably be a little careful. Chill out with the online villainy.
Yeah, that was an odd choice. Yeah. That was didn't really feel heelish. It just felt really mean.
That's it. I think that's where most people thought, and they were like, "No, that's not a heel. You're just an asshole.
Yeah,
don't do that."
Yeah, it's just.
And I think he's realised that now, because I don't think that is who Ricochet is.
Hopefully not.
I don't think that. No, I don't know the fucking guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, he's been trying to be a heel for a long time. He is being a heel. And he's just pushing the limits. And he's like, if I do this, they're going to boo the shit out of me. You know? But it's not. It's like, no, if you do that, we're not going to boo the shit out of you. People are going to want you fired. You know what I mean? So he's realised there's a certain line.
Yeah. He's just imagine if it's just him just keeps pushing it and he goes, what if I just robbed an old lady? That would be really heel. I'm or what if I just robbed this bank? That would be super heel. And he just keeps doing more and more heelish things.
What if I punched a kid? He just walks out.
What if I committed moida?
Moida.
But yeah, what was I saying? I got lost. Where
you got lost.
I got sidetracked.
I interrupted you. That was my fault. I talked about how Ricochet with the MS comment after the Kenny the trios match.
Yeah. So yeah,
and we're leaving it at that.
Yeah. So it was a solid match. Next on the shout out list then is Darby Allin calling out MJF. So we have Darby Allin wanting his title match with MJF. He asks them to come out, but he does not come out. Instead, we have the Don Callis family and Andrade coming out.
Well, we have Andrade is the Don Callis family.
Well, he is, but
it's part of it.
There's a focus on him in this scenario. But basically, if you don't know, MJF paid off the Don Callis to basically keep Darby Allin away from the title shot and to keep him busy, essentially. And Andrade is basically the guy to be the muscle and basically keep him at bay. And they announced then that there's going to be a match between Darby Allin and Andrade at Dynasty.
However, Andrade doesn't seem too happy about this.
He does not, no.
He doesn't.
what do we think about this whole kind of scenario? Like, I said at first, I think it's weirdly timed. If we're focusing on Kenny and MJF at the minute, why are we having Darby call it MJF also?
I think it's actually pretty good because it has MJF, it has Darby going for the title, but basically getting like stood in front of and being like, no, you can't go there right now.
Yeah.
And now he's having to get past these people before he can even interact with MJF.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I actually think it's quite good. And I think it's trying to see the crowd, if they'll get behind him and be like, we want to see him get to the title. You know, we want to see this match already.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know if that's there. If that, you know, the possibility for that is there. There's also a possibility of other things. I think we've both been thinking of when it comes to this storyline, when it comes to MJF.
Yeah.
Don Callis with Darby. I think we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it because there's fleshed out at the minute, but there is something there. So, you know, it's a bit of a teaser. But once we have it like proper,
I think that's a solid future FBW teaser there.
Yeah,
one of us is coming at this one.
One of us, yeah.
One of us, but which one?
Which one? Which one will have it better?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we could make it a thing where we both think of a storyline and then like see who has the better one.
That's not bad, yeah. Thinking of ideas in real time.
Yeah.
Hopefully people comment and be like, yeah, do that, that's awesome. All 4 people.
Hey, we're only starting out, sure.
I know, we gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. So then that's it then for AEW. We're going to then do our turnbuckle rating. So do you want to start?
Turnbuckle rating. I'll let you start on this one.
Okay. I thought it was really good. There's some really, really good moments. I think I'm going to give this... I think I might give this a 9.5.
Oh, okay. I'm giving it an 8.5.
Ooh, okay. Any reasoning, or do you just think it was an 8.5?
I feel like an 8.5 is a fair rating.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with getting... I don't think I have to justify an 8.5. How dare you, woman? If I voted it a 6.5 or a 6, I would be like, okay, maybe I have some splaining to do.
Yeah.
But no, I gave it an 8.5. It was a solid show. I would have liked a bit more. I'm a greedy wrestling fan.
Okay. Understood.
Don't buckle shame me.
I'm not buckle shaming.
Don't buckle shame me, okay? It's not cool.
All right.
Move it along.
I'll turn your buckle.
Oh, shit, it's fighting words. Throw the mics down, bitch. I'm going to kill you.
I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I, but it sounded insulting.
I don't know what it means, but I love it. Now we have our final show of the podcast or of the week.
Oh boy, isn't it a good one?
Yeah. So we have SmackDown for the Friday night SmackDown and our highlights. All right, so this one,
I
don't know where to begin.
Let's take a big, deep, collective breath and prepare ourselves.
This one, okay, this has a teeny bit of a low light in it, but...
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, this one bit?
This one bit.
Okay, I thought you meant the show. Because I was like, hell, we are on different wavelengths.
No, we're on the same wavelength, I promise.
I would have freaked out.
So it starts off with Cody and Randy. Was it Cody and Randy started off in the ring, or did we just have Randy first?
Randy first. Randy came out.
So we had Randy first.
Because we were in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Randy's hometown.
And then Cody comes in.
And they start slapping the shite out of each other.
The shite out of each other.
So they start baiting each other.
Yeah.
And you think, because before this, during the week, you had Randy put up on social media on the phone to someone basically saying, it's been good talking to you. Yeah, everything's set for Friday. Cool. I'll see you then. So basically that's them being like, okay, we're going to do the reveal on Friday.
Yeah.
So everybody went in with the expectation of the reveal.
On the phone?
Who's on the phone? Baiting the shit out of each other in the ring. All of a sudden, who waltzes into the ring? Is it The Rock?
Nope.
Is it Ric Flair?
No.
Is it Triple H?
No.
Oh my God! Oh my god,
who's it?
Could it be?
Who?
It's Pat McAfee!
Ah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? What's this?
Like,
no, and do you know what's really
why.
annoying? Do you know what's very, very irritating as well?
Yeah.
Is I was so pissed off with this.
Yes.
I'm still pissed off with this.
Yeah.
However, McAfee's promo was fucking solid.
It really was, and I think that's why it's almost annoying, because we wanted
annoying.
to hate it, and then we kind of didn't.
Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either, but I did love a lot of the things he was saying. Like, I don't hate Cody as champion.
No.
But I hate Cody's aversion to turning heel.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's like, for one, you can be a fucking fantastic heel.
Yeah.
For two, why not try and give yourself a little bit of... Like, if you turn heel, give yourself your character a bit of zest, a bit of, like, that edge. Eventually, the crowd will be clamoring to cheer for you again.
Exactly.
Like, why? How are they not following the Roman playbook on this?
I know.
To a lesser degree. Because, like, don't make us hate somebody for 8 years or something and then turn them heel. You know? But, Cody, once you feel that crowd turn, let it build a little bit, let it simmer, then turn. That doesn't mean you wait 4 to 5 years.
You don't want to be seen at 2.0, like.
No, you don't. And
you
Cena
know?
got to the point where he put in so much effort and so much work that he did become loved.
Yeah.
But he also has always, even when he was hated, you still had to say the man has great character work.
Yes.
You know, people could be shouting from the crowd, you can't wrestle. That's fine. The man can cut a promo. The man can talk shit backstage. And the man can eviscerate your career on the mic.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it fell flat when Pat McAfee was the one to come into the ring. It just fell flat because we were like, who's on the phone? And it just, even though he did a great job, it was also, oh, it's Pat McAfee? It was just like, that was the reaction. It was like, that's who was on the phone? You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh my God, that's who was on the phone. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the reaction they wanted. But I feel like my reaction was the reaction most.
Yes.
You know?
That is the reaction I think every wrestling fan had. I don't think there's a single wrestling fan on the planet that watched that and thought to themselves, oh my God, yes, it's Pat McAfee.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's a solitary wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So there are some wrestling fans that are like, oh, okay. All right, it's McAfee.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Maybe young kids might have gotten excited.
I don't think so. I think even young kids, like, no, I think they're still going to want to see people like The Rock and people... Young kids like stories being told too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
I suppose they'd be more okay with it just being randomly Pat McAfee, but...
There's certain things that Pat McAfee did say I was surprised by. When like just things where he was like saying episode after episode when you have Randy Orton around. Like that was really good. That was really solid. But I was just surprised the direction he chose to go with it. So, yeah, I was surprised. Like,
they let him, like, they didn't let him, but, like, I think, because obviously he threw out some, like, he said fucking or something like that as well.
He did. I can't remember.
I don't know what he called him in Gorilla when they cut that out. I haven't read anywhere what that was.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he called him, like, cocksucking or whatever.
Yeah, cocksuckers, imagine.
Like, I don't know what that was, but obviously then you had him when they walked backstage, him and Randy, and you had them go through Gorilla.
I was surprised they did that.
I really liked that they kept them walking through because of Pat's comment to Gorilla. You know, Gorilla position.
That's going to be on Unreal.
Oh, fuck's sake. Is it? Oh, don't say that. You just ruined the whole fucking bit. Ah, you bollocks. But yeah, when you had him go through like that and that was pretty cool. So I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're trying to do like an NWO type vibe to this.
Yeah.
And I said it to you in the moment, because I know Cody mentions it later on. But I mentioned to you in the moment, and this is like a mini fantasy book kind of a thing. But when I turned to you, I think we paused it just after the McAfee stuff ended. And I said to you, what if there's a third man? Mm-hmm. What if we're going like a weird NWO route with it? We're trying to do like this group, but we do a third man. And we have, next week, we have Randy on the phone just talking away. And obviously, anybody watching assumes, like, you know, Brandy's talking, he's like, I really appreciate it, man. I can't thank you enough for the help. You know, and everybody watching assumes it's McAfee. And then McAfee comes up behind him and just claps him on the back, and he's like, what up, bro? Like, what are we... I just used the word bro. I just sickened myself. Oh, just vomited a little in my mouth. But yeah, he comes up behind him and he's like, yo, Randy, we have to get this sorted. We have to do this. Like, who are you on the phone to? And Randy's just like, oh, it's the other guy. And Pat's like, oh, is he on board? And you just have Randy be like, oh, yeah, he's on board.
Okay, I have one little tweet that just came into my head for that.
Okay.
So he was on the phone and he was like, thanks so much for the help.
Yes.
Or what if it's someone sent Pat McAfee? There's someone who sent him. So it's not that he's on board. He's the one basically pulling the strings.
Okay, well, for my pitch, I do not want this person to have been the person to send Pat McAfee.
Oh, okay.
Because this person wouldn't send Pat McAfee. You know?
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't make sense. Like, this person's fucking, you know?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. And anyone listening will probably be like, yeah, no, he wouldn't send Pat McAfee.
All right, fair. All right.
So
I was going a different way with it.
Yeah. So we have Randy, we have that play out. Pat asks him who's on the phone. Randy says, that's the other guy. He's all on board. And then we can do it maybe the next week, like we could do it the Friday before, the SmackDown before Mania.
Yeah.
And you have McAfee in the ring and be like, we all know, because hopefully, like, you'll get some buzz online. People will be talking about who the third man is. You want that speculation.
Yeah.
And then you have McAfee in the ring. You have him being basically like, we know you've been talking about it. We know you've been speculating. We already know that you know there's a third man. Mm-hmm. So why wait? Why would we wait? Why not just get it over with? Why not show Cody what he has to deal with? You know, because he's built these friendships. He's built these things. And all they do is fall down and crumble around him.
Yeah.
And then you have McAfee then just point toward the screen. Obviously, I always think Titantron because I am like a Attitude Era kid. I was like picture that big Titantron above the thing.
Yeah.
Which was always handy for bits like this. But you just cut to the screen, obviously, whatever they show the crowd.
Yeah.
And it cuts then to what you see is Orton's T-shirt. Yeah. So it's just the O from the T-shirt with blood on it. So it's Randy's T-shirt, so it just shows O. Then goes across and shows K. Oh. And obviously at this point you're waiting for it to push across and show the R, but it doesn't. It just pans out, and all you see on the shirt is KO. And then the music hits, and Kevin Owens returns.
Oh my God!
And just walks to the ring, probably amid a crowd of boos at this point, but also you're going to get excitement.
Yeah.
Because this is KO returning and joining Randy. And unfortunately, Pat McAfee, because he's fucking there right now. So I don't know what the deal is. I think McAfee could be a really good heel manager. Like, yeah. I think that could actually work.
I do too,
you know?
actually.
Like, he has like a Cornette kind of a vibe to him in his own way, in like a modern day way, you know?
Yeah.
Where he's like that kind of toolbox knob, but... You know, he gets it across. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That could totally work as a heel.
And his mic skills are really good, in fairness to him. The man can fucking, like, he can run with the words.
He could be the next Paul Heyman.
No, what are you talking about? Stop. Oh my God. Edit that. Oh my God, awful. Cut that. Don't ever say that again. In fairness, I probably shouldn't have compared him to Cornette. That's probably an insult to Cornette, in fairness. You know, but he does have the potential to be a good heel manager.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I really, really like that, though. Yeah. That was really fucking awesome. KO returning. And then, I really like the touch with the K and the O and, like, thinking it's RKO. Like, yeah, no, that's really, really good.
And you also have Cody's relationship with KO and everything that happened last year.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of the reason why he was gone for a year was because of his, not because of like, but that rivalry with Cody was part of it. Yeah. The amount of insane stuff they did, the amount of bumps they did, like, and like you still remember that ladder bump that Cody put Kevin through on that ladder last year.
With him and Sammy?
No, with Kevin and Cody at the Royal Rumble last year in the ladder match.
Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I feel like I haven't really properly seen Kevin because
It was very early into your fandom. It was very
early into my fandom that he got injured.
Yep.
And I was like, oh no. So I really want to see him to come back so I actually can see him properly. Because I've seen clips of him like back in the day with his like anger management problems and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. And it's just like, I really like him. I want to see more of him. So.
Well, KO's original opponent for WrestleMania last year?
Yeah.
Randy Orton.
Fucking hell. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's really solid. But yeah, that'd be so cool if that happened. But then later on as well, just want to mention as well before we move on from the Cody, Randy and McAfee thing. So Cody came back into the ring.
Yeah, this was interesting.
Yeah, so he came back into the ring and did a promo and basically was like, what are you going to do? Fire me? Remember that line?
Yeah. Yeah. Worked so well for you last time.
Yeah, worked so well for you last time, which I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, and then he also mentions who McAfee works for.
Yeah, so I think if you look at stuff online...
Yeah.
Obviously, watching at the time, we didn't know what was going on.
What was that about? Like, yeah.
Yeah, because we assumed this is Cody's promo. That's a weird line. Why are they putting that in there?
Yeah.
But now in hindsight, it looks like McAfee may have gone rogue a little in his own comments in his promo.
Yeah.
Where he went off, we'll say, off script. And then I think Cody was given the mic and told to go down to the ring and cut a promo.
Yeah.
And he was basically given free rein to kind of say what he wants.
Wow.
So that was Cody's dig at TKO, because it looks like TKO have forced McAfee into this storyline because they think it's going to sell WrestleMania tickets.
Yeah.
So...
And didn't you say something about McAfee having some sort of connection to some guy in TKO or something?
Yeah, the guy who owns TKO and runs it, the CEO, Ari Emanuel, that's Pat McAfee's agent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not a coincidence.
Do you know who else is Ari Emanuel's client?
Who?
Travis Scott.
Really?
Yeah, who was forced into the main event of WrestleMania last year with John Cena?
Oh my God.
Travis Scott. And the year later...
Do you know what's so mad? When you said, oh, it's going to be so cool to have them three and then McAfee's just there. It literally reminded me of the fact that whole Cena turn was so cool, except for fucking him in the corner getting involved and like injuring Cody. I was just like,
rupturing his eardrum.
We're doing it again. We're forcing someone into really cool moments that shouldn't really be there.
Yeah. I think pretty much every wrestling fan agrees with you. This is Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton.
Yeah, like
this is
why?
20 years of history that you can build.
And you're just like, oh yeah, but they it's like you know when like a kid is at a birthday party and he's like, oh, I want to open a present even though it's not your birthday.
It's a weird analogy.
Is it? Okay. I thought I had something there, but anyway.
Moving along after such an embarrassing moment.
So next we had The Miz and Kit Wilson versus R-Truth and Priest. First, this match became a match because of R-Truth and The Miz and Kit Wilson backstage. And R-Truth was basically saying, you want to join the new Judgment Day and stuff. I love R-Truth.
He was getting schematics built up for a new clubhouse.
Yeah, for a clubhouse. It's so good.
Yeah, but I liked it in the end though, because obviously Damien was like, why are you giving a tag match to these two dudes?
Exactly.
And Truth was like, hold on a minute, dude. They're cursed. Yeah. Basically, Truth was like, this is an easy win.
Did you remember who cursed them?
What do you mean, do I remember who cursed them?
Do you remember who R-Truth called?
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Oh, my God, I did forget about that. Oh, Asuka
cursed them.
Asuka with the curse. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, and Priest was fighting for his life. It was so funny.
That's some of the funniest moments with them two, is just watching Priest fight for his life with Truth.
It's so good.
I think Truth knows at this point, and he's just pushing him more and more.
Yeah.
He's like, I can break this dude all fucking day.
Yeah. And so they're in the match itself between The Miz, Kit Wilson, and R-Truth and Priest. With good solid match, but then you had Danhausen come in and trying to get himself tagged into the match, which is like, he's not even in the match, and he's like, tag me.
That is the hottest hot tag of the entire year.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even in the fucking match.
I know.
The crowd were going wild for Truth to tag him.
Yeah.
So
like, tag him.
Danhausen, fucking fantastic. And then obviously he was about to get fucking The Miz hitting his finisher on him.
Yeah.
He was about to, and then the lights go out, and obviously Danhausen makes his escape.
Wait, before that happened though, a very important thing happened.
Oh no, what did I forget?
Danhausen accidentally cursed the ref.
Oh shit, I forgot about the ref curse.
Yeah, and then they were like trying to attack Danhausen, and that's when the lights went out. And then The Miz had Truth, I think, pinned. I can't remember if it was Truth or Priest.
It was Truth, yeah.
It was Truth. So he had him pinned, and he had the one. So the ref went one, then went two, and then went.
Oh my god, my shoulder!
No,
my shoulder!
And then he's like, "You're not cursed, though. Come on, what the hell?" And then The Miz gets pinned, and he goes with his left hand and goes. But I thought it was really funny when he went to pin with his left. The commentator, I can't remember who said it. He was like, "Go lefty, go lefty."
Yeah, I remember it was Joe. It was Joe Tessitore, yes. And he was like, "Go lefty, go lefty, go." It's like, Jesus. It was good though.
It was really good.
It was funny. This is proper goofy. Like
I like the goofiness. Though.
This is what you need. Like,
yeah.
Shout out to Simon Miller, Goofy Wrestling for Life.
Yes. And then you had then just backstage, the ref was getting looked at, and then Danhausen came in and goes, "Oh, sorry about that. You're uncursed." And he goes, "Wow, it does feel better." It's just so silly. But yeah, then I just want to mention as the next highlight, we had Trick and Lil Yachty in promo together in the ring.
They're weird words you just put together.
Trick
and Lil Yachty.
Trick and Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
That's his name.
It is.
Trick Williams.
I'm on about Lil Yachty, you fucking Asian. Yeah, Trick Williams is a weird name to hear on SmackDown.
But their back and forth was so good. Like, I really enjoyed that. I was like, oh, what the fuck are we doing here? Another celebrity. But actually, did solid. Like, he did really well.
Yeah, Lil Yachty did do well, in fairness to him.
Yeah, I really liked it, actually. And then you had Sammy come in. And there's a bit of back and forth then between Sammy and Trick. And then Mello came in. So basically, everyone was booing Sammy, if you remember, because they don't...
Yeah, there was a chance of Sammy Hogan.
Yeah. So they're booing Sammy and they're saying, hey, like, the fuck, you took Mello's opportunity kind of thing. And basically Mello came in and said, give me my rematch. So then that wasn't the main event, was it? It was just...
Sammy and... that promo and that wasn't the main event.
No, I mean the match.
The match was the main event.
That was
the main event of SmackDown.
Yeah. Then you had Mello versus Sammy and then Trick ringside as the main event. The match itself was...
It's a Sammy and Carmelo Hayes match.
Exactly.
It's always going to be a banger.
Going to be good.
And you had Lil Yachty and Trick ringside.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew something was coming. Personally, I thought Trick was going to get involved, match would end in a DQ, and Carmelo would get his triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Personally, if it's going to be a triple threat, I feel like it needs to be a fatal four-way because you need to have Ilya Dragunov in there as well.
Yeah.
Like the amount of work that Ilya and Carmelo have done for that United States Championship. And let's not forget, in fairness, Sammy was the one who started the Open Challenge.
Yeah,
so
true.
Having it finish at WrestleMania with these guys and having all four of them involved, that is probably what you should do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I disagree with it being Sammy and Trick.
Yeah.
I get it. I know why we're doing it. You're going to get Trick over like fuck. And in fairness, these boos kind of help you.
They do.
There's probably something there FBW wise that we can maybe think of. Would you have something now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I have something now that I want to have a fantasy booking for this.
Oh, you beat me to it. I was literally thinking for myself there now. And I was like, oh, there's something good there. And now all of a sudden you're fucking snaking me.
I'm not snaking you. I have this prepared.
Oh, she has a prepared. Oh, let's see.
A prepared one. Okay, so this is my fantasy book for Sami. So basically, in the next 2 weeks leading up to WrestleMania, Sami Zayn begins to unravel. At first, it's subtle. He's looking over his shoulder. He's paranoid. His behavior becomes more erratic backstage with his promos and through vignettes. He's distracted, agitated, like he's fighting something no one else can see. During this time, you see Aleister Black in the background. He doesn't say anything. He just stands there observing Sami as he is losing his grip. So it's WrestleMania, Trick versus Sami. The match itself is full of high-intensity moments, and Sami is fighting like a man possessed, but Trick is still managing to kick out of all of Sami's moves. The Blue Thunder Dome, the Haluva
Blue Thunder
kick,
Bomb?
Bomb, I meant bomb.
The Blue Thunder Bomb.
The Blue Thunder Bomb.
I think we'll point out at this point as well, this is one of these more detailed FBW.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you've really fucking come up and
I'm
snuck up behind me on this one.
I'm setting the scene.
Impressive. I'm really enjoying it so far.
Thank you. Trick has an answer for everything. Sami's face is desperate to hold on to his title, desperate to prove to himself and to everyone else that he is the Sami Zayn. Then, out of nowhere, Trick does a roll-up and gets the 1, 2, 3. Sami just sits there in the ring, frozen, staring, while the crowd fades into nothing. His world collapses in silence as Trick celebrates the biggest win of his career. And then, from outside the ring, Aleister Black slides a chair over to Sami, saying nothing and just gives him a nod, almost to say, you know what to do. Sami looks at the chair, he looks at Trick, he's shaking his head, and then boom, Sami smacks Trick in the back with the chair. Trick falls to his knees, but Sami doesn't stop. He hits him again and again while screaming with pure, unfiltered rage. Trick is lying there, bleeding. Behind him, Aleister Black stands still, calm, composed, satisfied. Sami continues to rain down hits on a now unconscious Trick. Sami is gone until a hand rests on Sami's shoulder and then he just stops. Sami slowly rises to his feet, his breathing heavy. He doesn't look at the crowd. He stands there beside Aleister. The two men stand over Trick, and in that moment, a new faction is born, the Black Veil Syndicate.
Fuck. I don't think I have a story anymore. Shit. That was fucking good. I really like Black Veil Syndicate.
It's good, isn't it?
One little change.
Okay.
I do not like Trick winning his first world title at WrestleMania with a roll-up.
I know, I think I just threw that in there because I couldn't think of anything that's super quick. So, you know, like
his trick kick is quick.
Oh, yeah,
or
so
his
like
trick
a quick
shot.
win is what I'm kind of picturing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a roll-up.
Yeah, I think it has to be a trick shot. Or
is that what it's called, the trick shot?
I think it's called a trick
shot.
Okay,
so we'll make it the trick shot then.
Because a roll-up at WrestleMania, don't get me wrong, you know, it's a touch cheap.
Is it? Okay. That's good to know, though, because I'm still learning. So I think that's good to know. But,
that's good. I like that idea.
Yeah.
You also can push then the narrative that Sami is a perpetual follower.
Yes.
You know? And you can hopefully then build him back to where you want him to be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're going to try and push him for next year's WrestleMania if it's still in Saudi Arabia.
And you're pushing Black as well, and you're basically doing. There's so much in that you're getting. So you're getting Trick is gonna basically it's basically a double turn because Trick is now a face because people
already want a cheer trick.
People want to cheer Trick. It's already there. So you have Trick as the face going forward then. You have Sammy as a heel. And you now finally have us properly invested in Aleister Black, which we should be because he's really fucking good and his character is really good. So now we have basically the House of Black, but the WWE version. And I think it could be fucking awesome. So
yeah, that's a great show.
Yeah.
I like the acknowledgement of the House of Black stuff as well. Yeah. That's good. And the Black Veil Syndicate.
Yeah.
That's a good name as well. Yeah, I like that. That's solid.
Thank you.
Look, that's a good take. I'm impressed by that one now. That's your first scripted FBW.
Yep.
And I gotta put some proper effort into mine. Because I like to flow with mine, but that was good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done. If anyone listening didn't realise, my first time hearing it too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think like a week or two ago, I may have like said the idea to you and you kind of helped me a little bit. But that was like the first time I had like proper gone into the whole thing with you. So that was like your proper reaction, which I really liked.
Yeah, no, that was very good. I don't actually remember you bringing it up.
Do you not? No, I think that makes it even better that you don't remember.
We talk too much wrestling.
We do. We talk a lot, to be fair. So yeah, moving on then from the highlights after that.
Round of applause. Well done. Well done.
Thanks. So we get the lowlights. So our lowlights for SmackDown.
Wait, we didn't have Randy in the highlight section, did we?
So I had it as a highlight.
It was a highlight for how big it is.
Yes.
But it's a lowlight in the sense of...
The Pat McAfee part. I do have the Pat McAfee part as the reveal as a low light.
Yes.
But I have the back and forth with Randy and Randy's promo at the end. I have that as a highlight in itself. So it's kind of like before where it's a highlight with a low light section. If you get me.
You said Randy's promo at the end.
I meant Cody.
Oh, Cody's. Yes.
I meant Cody. Okay. Yeah. So that was kind of like a low light there. But another low light as well was not the whole section, but I probably would say 80% of this whole section was a low light, was the MFTs. So you had Uncle Howdy
and Tama
going up against Tongaloa.
No, Tama Tonga.
I always mix them up. So Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga, yeah.
Tama Tonga. Tongaloa was the one that's like kind
He's
of
extra.
Yeah, okay.
He's fucking super extra. And then you have Tala Tonga. You can remember him because...
It's Talatonga.
No, it's Tala Tonga because you remember him because he's fucking tall.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you have JC Mateo. Jeff fucking Cobb.
Yeah.
Man's an unbelievable wrestler. Absolutely wasted where he is. It's crazy.
I
It's
know.
insane. But yes, we have Tama and Uncle Howdy in a relatively fine match. Like, it's not like it went off the rails. There was a couple of good spots, but at the same time, I think everybody is just the way we are with this, where it's like, please end.
Please end.
And then the match, I actually don't remember how the match itself ends. I remember what happens after.
Well, I know Uncle Howdy wins. Like he wins.
I didn't even remember that part.
So he beats Tongaloa, and then Solo runs in before that, and with the lantern because he was trying to distract, even though Tongaloa told him not to get involved beforehand.
Yes.
And then Solo gets in, and Tongaloa is basically saying, "Give him back the lantern." Did
you say Tongaloa again?
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh, I have Tongaloa written down. Sorry.
Oh no.
That's why I'm seeing it and I'm saying
Tama.
So Tama
Tonga.
Oh my god. I'm dying.
After such a great FBW, great fantasy booking, you're just off the rails right now. Tama and Tonga have thrown you.
Yes.
The MFTs have derailed the entirety.
Why have all the names got to be so similar? Fuck's sake. But yes, whatever his fucking name is, Tama Tonga is telling Solo to give him back the lantern.
Give Howdy back the lantern.
Howdy back the lantern. And he's just like, we don't need this kind of thing. Because
it's all in your head, basically.
It's gone to your head, and it's also holding us back as like a team kind of thing. Yeah. So he gives him back the lantern,
I think Tama takes it off and puts it down, and Solo's shouting at him like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then Howdy takes it back, and that's when Tama's like, "You're letting it take over."
Exactly.
Like, this is,
I want to also point out that they skipped Uncle Howdy's music at the beginning of this match.
Bollocks.
Which is like, you don't skip that music.
Do not skip
Fuck
that
you.
music.
It's like I hate when ridiculous. They do that. It's like, you could have skipped his music. Why did you have to skip fucking Howdy's?
Yeah, you could have came out to Tama halfway walking down the thing. Like.
They also have been building up to him getting his lantern back for so long, and it feels like they didn't make it a big enough moment. It's like, what was the point of all of that build-up?
No,
to just be like, here you go.
I agree with you. It wasn't a big enough moment. They were building it up. I'm just glad it's over.
Yeah. But then they had the backstage moment, and he was like, let us be done with this now. Let us be done with the fucking Addams family.
How dare you? Fucking bitch. The Wyatts?
The Wyatts. I love the Wyatts. You know I do.
I agree with Tama on this one. Let's be done. Yeah, and let the Wyatts do what the Wyatts are going to do, and let the MFTs do whatever they're going to do.
And then Solo was just like, nah, let's not. And then they all have a look between each other like mutiny.
Well, I think so. I think Solo was like, look, yeah, we will. We're done with them after next week.
After next week.
I think that's when Tama looked at everyone, and they all. I hope that's what the look was, of realization of like, nah, he's gone.
Let it die.
Yeah,
let it die for fuck's sake.
Too much now.
So yeah, those are our lowlights. And then finishing off then for our SmackDown ringside shoutouts, we have Rhea versus Michin. The match itself was. Like, I was actually surprised Micha actually had some really good spots. But the match itself was like, okay.
That's because being like, you are a fan for a year, you haven't seen a lot of Michin in ring. Yeah. Michin is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, Michin, character wise, a lot to be left desired.
Yeah.
But in ring wise, she is solid.
Yeah.
Like, she can wrestle, she can go, she is good. So it's no surprise she put up a good match with Rhea.
Yeah.
Like,
it was good. And then obviously it ended with Rhea getting the sexy pin and staring.
It did not.
Was it not a sexy pin?
It was not. It was the submission.
But I just remember her lying on top of her and staring at Jade. That happened, right? Or am I remembering something else?
Oh, I think you're remembering something else there.
All right, my bad.
Because, she got Michin tapped. And then...
she held on to it.
She held on to it.
That's
and then she stared at Jade.
And
that's when B-Fab came in and then took out Rhea.
Yes.
And then that's when Jade came in, was going to hit her with the Jaded. And that's when a certain little somebody's music hits. And we get Io Sky.
Yes. So Io Sky runs in to help her bestie. And they attack both of them, and that ends with them like hugging each other, and it's like,
it's a little forced, but
yeah.
I like Rhea and Io. So
Rio,
it's Rio. It's like it's good on screen work.
Yeah,
and you can build to some things.
Yeah,
there are some like the long term storytelling that can be told here if done right.
Yes.
It's good. It's good, and the investment is there.
Yes,
100%. This is WrestleMania main event next year potential. If you do this right.
If you do it right. Then another shout out we had was Aleister Black versus Matt Cardona. Which I thought it was a random matchup, but...
Well, I think Aleister's been talking to him backstage.
Yeah.
And kind of been like, getting in his head and fucking with him and shit.
Yeah. Good match, though.
It was.
Solid match.
Happy enough with the match. I'm a massive Aleister Black fan.
Yeah.
I like Matt, but I'm a big Aleister Black fan. I feel like there's a push coming for him.
Yes. If I have anything to do with it.
Yeah, well, if you've anything to do with it, there's some form of push, but that's good. That's interesting.
But
tooting her own horn.
Oh, I know. But Matt Cardona as well, though, I think that's the first time I've seen him proper wrestle as well, and I think that there were some really good moments by him.
I think you've seen him a couple of times.
I have seen him, but I feel like he actually, like, I don't know, when he was going up against Randy, it was more like Randy was just like beating the shit out of him kind of thing. But when this was the first time, he kind of got to do a bit of back and forth, and there was a bit of like moves there, and I was like, okay, get to see more. Also, if Matt Cardona is just being brought into WWE just to lose every single match he is in, can can we not do that to him? Can we at least have him win something? Like, because he's lost everything. I don't think he's won once since he's been there.
I don't think he has either.
No, and it's kind of annoying, I was like, don't do this, please.
See, I don't think he's there to win something, though. Like, obviously you're saying, like, give him something. Like, I think his end goal is, like, I think he thinks he can get to the WWE title. And I'm hoping that I think what he's hoping is he can get a fan swell of support.
Yeah.
That can potentially push him there.
Yeah.
Which, in the right storyline, in the right moments, that can happen.
Yeah.
But we're a little ways off it right now.
We are.
We haven't set that up right.
It has to be built. But I do hope they do that and they don't use him as basically a stepping stone for others. I just hope, I don't want that to happen to him because it's not fair. But then our final shout out of the evening then is
final shout out of the week.
Final shout out of the week is Bayley and Lyra versus Charlotte and Alexa. Yeah, solid match. I can't really remember what happened, to be honest.
I think this is just the definition of a shout out.
Yeah, literally a shout out. That's
like,
it.
This is a good match. Shout out, fair play, solid wrestling.
Yeah.
I think there was one moment where I think Lyra did a handstand on Charlotte's leg.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think that was
really cool.
That was like one cool moment from I remember you called out at the time. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, it was good wrestling. It was weird that they had Lyra and Bayley lose clean.
Yeah, I thought that was odd too.
We're 2 weeks from Mania, and these are one of your tag teams, and you've just had 2 weeks where interference happens.
Yes.
So it's weird that you're having them lose clean.
I agree. Yeah, so that's the last show of the week. What are we going to give this for our turnbuckle rating?
Turnbuckle ratings for this episode of SmackDown is a 3.
What? A 3?
This is a 3.
A 3?
It's a 3.
Are you sure?
I'm certain it's a 3.
Is it just because of McAfee?
And it's a big deal. Like, when you have something that's main eventing one of your nights of WrestleMania and it flops as badly as this does, the ratio is massively distorted. You gave me some good stuff with Sammy and Carmelo. There was some solid wrestling on there, but the stuff that warrants investment, mother of God, did that flop. Like, it being Pat, that's a big failure. So you have a lot of work to do to justify your decision. They could justify it. I cannot see it being the case. I would love to be wrong. And I would love to be like, oh my God, do you remember when they revealed it as McAfee and it turned out to be so good? None of us were expecting it.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking...
That would be great, but I'm not holding my breath.
I do not think that's what's coming.
No.
I think they're just going to keep shitting on us.
I think so too.
But look, I hope I'm wrong, but no. Because of that, in my eyes, that distorts the ratio massively. They get a 3. 3 turnbuckles.
3 turnbuckles for Jason. And I'm going to give it a 5.
5?
I was going to give it a 5.5, but then I changed it to a 5. Because I liked the Danhausen work. I liked the little yachty thing. So
Lil Yachty was solid.
There were some good moments where I enjoyed myself.
But the thing is, though,
so I was going to say 5.
I know, and I absolutely get what you mean. But at the same time, listen to what you're saying. Like, I agree, and I like the Lil Yachty stuff. But we're also getting Lil Yachty stuff in the build up to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but saying it just blankly like that, that's bad. But it was a good.
It was good. It was good, but there's too much celebrity reliability. Like, we're relying on too many celebrities. Yeah, like, we're on SmackDown, we have Jelly Roll and Lil Yachty. On NXT, all right,
Jelly Roll did well.
Sexy Red thing on NXT was only small. Jelly Roll is doing good, but at the same time, he's still a celebrity. He's not working these shows all the time. He's not the people that we're getting invested in character-wise to do these matches, to be these characters, to tell these stories.
Yeah.
Like, Jelly Roll can leave tomorrow and never, announce he's never coming back to wrestling. I'll be like, well done, dude. Great work. Doesn't affect me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But the likes of Randy and what he's doing and all that. Randy Orton is, I've been watching Randy Orton since he debuted. The day, when he debuted, I saw him. I've been watching since before he came into WWE.
Yeah.
So watching him get to 14 titles, become who he's become, be the Viper, be all that stuff, and now he's turned heel again after 5 years and he's going for that. with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know, one of the guys who he was on the road with part of Legacy with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is something that's been years and years in the making.
This is a story, like, pardon the fucking, what's the cliche?
Yeah.
But this is a story that tells itself.
Yeah.
Why do we need Pat McAfee there?
We don't.
No. So I reiterate. 3 turnbuckles!
Fair. Okay.
Motherfuckers.
And on that note, we will see you guys next week.
And we will bid you adieu. And bang!
Bye.
Bye.